I'm Christian Abbott.
I'm Nathan Lavender.
I'm Sean Abbott.
And this is the Red Mist Podcast.
Hello, and welcome to the Red Mist Podcast, episode 11. Tonight, we have a special guest from the Formula Hooligan Podcast, Mr. Alex Gomes. Say hi, Alex.
Hi.
Alex, thanks for joining us tonight.
Hey, you're welcome.
That's awesome. It's great to have you here, considering we appreciate you having us on your podcast a couple of weeks ago, which just dropped last week.
This feels great. I'm not usually the guest. I'm usually the one running the show.
I know.
So this is awesome.
I know, it's awesome.
It's like rental cars for you.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like rental car.
You just show up.
And Alex, please feel free if you want to take over and be master of ceremonies, you can, because you do a great job of it on yours. On tonight's episode, we're going to cover NASCAR. All three series were in action this weekend. The big series, that is. F1 at Zeltwig, or the Austria ring, or the Red Bull ring. Monza for the 6 hours of Monza with the WEC. And then we'll have some news of the week. Mm-hmm. So, Nate, why don't we kick it off with the Cup Series and the Quaker State 400?
Yes, there was. It was Teachers Day, if you will, for NASCAR. Chase Elliott took home the victory, which I was really happy to see, because the home driver gets his win, and he did it in such a crazy, finish, really, because I mean. I know it's like Talladega and Daytona, not a huge fan of it at Atlanta, that was, because it was such a good track before. But the racing was pretty intense for the win. And you had a very unfamiliar suspect at the finish, which was Corey LaJoie. And he, I think, got really too excited at the finish and kind of just, but also had to deal with a huge block at the end, which kind of, oh man, he was so close to a victory too. Like, he really was in the thick of things. So he was nowhere near my. If I were to go on fantasy, I wouldn't have picked him anyway. Really incredible to see him fighting up front too. I mean, Spire Motorsports. There's like not a lot of money there, but less resources. You know, they were fighting for the win, so it was pretty cool to see.
Yep. Nope. And he went for it in the last lap. I don't care. I have no problem with that. Yep. That was good. It was good, clean racing. From him and Elliott.
They were. They were. I mean, it was. They were excited about the finish. He went over to victory lane and was just like, "Hey,
I saw that. It was pretty cool."
Like,
So, Nate, they rang the fire bell in Dawsonville.
They did. They did, man.
That was awesome.
Dawsonville. What was that? I didn't see him. Was he there at the race?
Dawsonville? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but they rang the fire bell in Dawsonville. That's all I know. Anyway, so that's cool. Anything else from the race? I mean, I mean, Ross Chastain and Denny Hamlin got into it
again. But I want to see Denny Hamlin, Kenseth, Ross Chastain at Martinsville. I just see that happening. That's just gonna be act 3, if you will.
That should be entertaining.
No.
I don't know.
Oh my god!
And then there
Wait till
was
we get to the chase.
A lot of was it right rear? Yeah, right rear tire failures.
Yeah,
throughout the race.
I really didn't expect that.
Yeah,
there was too many of those, but I mean,
I don't know.
There's still like a lot of cars getting to the finish line, which I didn't think was a huge issue.
Christopher Bell got hosed by the pit crew change. I'd like to thank Bubba Wallace's pit crew for coming over and once again screwing it up. So Christopher Bell leaves the pit road without a tire.
Yeah, their trend continues. They're just on the different car.
You know, they used to have to put like 16 to 20 lug nuts on, right? Now you just got to put one center lug on, and
difficult.
It's like we're talking.
I can't do that.
I can't do it. I don't know why, but anyways, I don't know. I mean, if I was Bell, I would get out and just thrown a helmet somewhere. But
I mean, it's pretty bad. If I were to go out there and mess it up, that'd be 4 eyes.
Yeah,
missing the one target.
Yeah.
So
well, I still don't understand that. But anyways, I mean, they use one lug in IndyCar. They use one lug in most sports car racing, Formula One, and those cars are.
And some of them make one particular. What was it? Tire carrier or no? The gun. The tire changer. You know who I'm talking about?
Oh, Newgarden's guy.
I think so.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, but he's we only got this season left.
art out of it.
We only have this. Just some breaking news on that. We only have one more. We only have this season of him doing that because he's moving. He's moving over to the Porsche project for Penske.
Oh, get
so
out of town.
they're gonna have to get a new outside . Guy who can, Alex, if you ever want to get on the pit crew, we want to have somebody on Newgarden's outside tire that can change tires and then hurl a $10,000 pit gun, against the concrete or into the pit wall. With flare. With flare.
With flare. You know what? I don't know if I can do it with flare.
Well, he does it with flare. So.
Oh, smoke comes out of his hand.
Yeah, and then he has his gloves up and he gives Newgarden the finger on the way out, like the finger to go. So, anyways,
finger.
Anyways, we only have that's gonna be a bummer. Well, we'll see what happens next year.
We'll see it at Le Mans.
No, hopefully we won't. God no, you can't because you have to all be on the other side of the pit.
That's right.
And the only guy in front is the guy with the board.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is cool. Yeah. I like that.
It's a little bit more civilized.
It is civilized, yeah. So, that was good. I'm trying to, Chastain and Hamlin, though. Oh, jeez. Wow. Harkens me back to some of my F1 days.
I'm a fan of Matt Kenseth, and I was pretty happy with that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He came back and ran. That's right.
Yeah. Oh, my God. SRX.
Well, easy. We'll get there.
Okay, all right.
We'll
I'm getting way too ahead of myself.
Too ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
It was good.
Xfinity.
Anyway, and
go
Austin
ahead.
Hill won.
Austin Hill.
No, that was just that's it. So.
Austin Hill, Josh Berry, and Ryan Truex. Truex's brother, like that.
Oh,
hey, I'd race that guy on iRacing.
Martin O'Ryan. Martin O'Ryan.
Ryan.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Ooh, that's
dude.
Nice.
Like probably 9 years ago.
Wow,
a long time ago.
Somebody here raced Dale Jr. It wasn't me.
I've been on track with Dale Jr. in a practice session.
Yeah, that's
was that it?
What was the nationwide series? Yes,
I was on track with him for either the Daytona 24 or like the BMW.
It was some BMW thing.
Race.
Road racing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But it was the Daytona Oval.
The Roval?
Yes.
Or the Oval? Oh, the road course?
Road course.
The road course.
The road course.
Roval.
Yeah.
Not the 24 hours.
Yeah, where they come through turn 4
and no bus stop after turn 4.
Right.
Like you just go straight through traditional.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right. So that covered. So that's Xfinity there. That I don't know. I couldn't Saturday. I was busy doing stuff and anyways.
It was good racing.
It was good racing.
So it was good racing, but I'll tell you, I saw Noah Gragson take a peach from victory lane, which I thought was stealing. Right? That's stealing. Wishing he was in victory lane.
We need to talk about his fine.
I think it's weak.
That is
heavy weak.
Garbage. Garbage.
Yeah, it should be at least a race ban.
Yeah, or he should buy Sage Karam's team a new car.
Yeah, or Landon Castle.
Exactly.
Matt Snyder. Do I keep going?
Yeah. Shall you? All right.
So,
let's get to the. I thought well, you know what? The Cup race was exciting. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna throw my money into the trucks at Mid Ohio. A fantastic race. Now this race was hilarious because Saturday was bright and sunny at Mid Ohio, but Friday it was monsoon and it was hilarious watching the trucks qualify. It was like, oh my God, there was water everywhere. And then some of that carried over into Saturday. Not guys with hurt feelings, but cars with their ECU units that got wet. So during the race, I think about 6 cars at some point during the race just shut down during the race just because like stuff got wet. And it's just like one of the guys was leading and he just whoop, and then he just like went sailing back, got halfway down the straightaway and the thing fired back up. But it was like the rest of the race was doing that. So for most of the race, it was Parker Kligerman. I'm going to fan favorite with me. I mean, this guy's a TV announcer, does a jack of all trades on NBC Sports, does the Paris-Dakar rally. He's pitched in on some IMSA races, pitched in on some IndyCar races. Really just a generally good guy and a damn good wheelman, I'll say. And so Parker started from the pole and, first stage dominated the stage, led the stage. But he had Corey Heim on him the whole stage. Clean race. They weren't bumping. They weren't, Heim didn't like put the bumper on him or anything like that. It was good, clean racing. Got by him once, and then Parker got by him on the next lap. Again, just a classic passing move going down into, what do they call that? The sand trap there. What do they call that?
Oh, at the end of the long straight?
Yeah.
Sorry,
the back straight.
The long back straight.
That long back straight. Yeah. What do they call that? They call it something. Anyways.
I forget.
So, but Parker just dove inside there and made a great move on him. And then from the back of the pack came Zane Smith. And this kid, holy crap.
He's doing a lot.
Huh?
Yeah.
He was doing a lot,
motorsports.
but yeah, I know. And he's a damn good wheelman. I didn't realize he was a hot shoe carter back in the day on the West Coast. Did some researching on him post race.
China Beach.
That's where it was. And then Carson Horsever was third in the race. You know, he was kind of mixing it. He finished third overall, but he was mixing it up nicely. And the guys up front were really running they were running hard. There just wasn't any grab ass. It was good to see, you know. Guys would put the cars inside somebody. If you came over, you hit and you bounced off and you went away. But it wasn't like anyone turned anybody, anything like that. So that was good. And stage 2 was a great battle. Except I think at this time, Corey Haim beat Parker Kligerman to the line. He passed him with like 2 laps to go, or it was Zane Smith passed him with 2. Zane Smith passed him with 2 laps to go in the stage and got the win on the stage. And Haim was third. The best move on that stage was Justin Marks, Trackhouse. Woo!
Yes.
He was doing a one-off with Nice Motorsports, and I mean those guys. I don't even know. I think that I think it's kind of like Parker Kligerman's team. They were looking for someone to drive the car. He filled in. He was running the top 10, top 12 all day, the first 2 stages. Comes across the line, realizes that his teammate on Nice, who's running full time, is right next to him. Kind of slows it up at the start finish line, and he got kind of the guy in back of him kind of drilled him. It was kind of funny. It was like, oh, sorry, I didn't see you. I didn't think you were going to kind of slow up all of a sudden. So his teammate could get the points in the stage. So that was kind of funny. Oh, because he was 10th. He finished 11th. That's why. Marks, because top 10 get points, Nate?
In the stages, yes.
Yeah, so he was 10th, and he let his teammate by to get 10th since he's run the full season. So that was kind of funny. No damage to either car, though. It was just a big bump. It was kind of funny. And then another notable during the race was Kaz Grala.
Yeah, well, he's pretty familiar with the trucks.
Yep.
He got his first win in dramatic fashion at Daytona Superspeedway.
Right. And he's coming off a big win in Trans Am at Road America.
Yeah. I saw that. I saw that, and I was like, I wasn't exactly surprised.
He's filling.
He's good.
He's driving. So when Boris can't make the races, he's, I guess, filling in. Because unless Boris and them can put a second car together, I don't know. But yeah, he got a big win at Road America. He beat Chris Dyson, which that's pretty good to do. Yeah. Anyways,
and Boris said's a great racer himself.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was good to see Kaz. Then we went to stage 3, and it was basically a 3-way duel here between Kligerman, Zane Smith, and Corey Heim throughout much of the stage. And as they got down to the end, there was a couple guys went off. I think brakes started to go away in the car. The truck, sorry. And one of them was Justin Marks, who had complete brake failure going down the back straight. And literally, he's getting to the point, and he knew it before he got to the shifting point in the braking zone. And there was a truck in front of him, and he just was like, screw it. Didn't bother downshifting or anything, because if he did, he was going to just lock that thing up and plow the guy. Took it right into the sand trap and just spun right through and hit the tire barrier on the right side of the truck. Body damage, but it was, safe hit, so it wasn't anything, no damage done, but the truck was out. So Justin's day ended there, but it was all right. At least he didn't wipe the other guy out. That was a good thing. And then got a nice 3-way duel after the restart, and then Corey Haim's truck broke the rear end.
Oh.
Coming through he was going up over, coming through China Beach. They go up over the carousel there of the left rights that go up over the hill. And as soon as in that track, it's notorious, especially if you watch some of the Xfinity races, like truck races, when they put the gas down, the rear end's just, and you could tell, and it was like, oh. So it felt bad for him. He fell back and finished 26th. And then Kligerman and Smith just duked it out. Smith got by, and then Kligerman got by the next lap. So 2 to go. Smith was on him the whole thing. But Smith's leading the points. Isn't that correct, Nate? In trucks? I believe.
Yes. Yeah. Well, he has multiple wins this season, so I would not be surprised.
Okay.
I think he's a serious.
So he was he was trying to find a good spot to make the pass, and unfortunately, Parker covered him the whole race, not blocking, covered. So Kligerman finished, got the win. That was huge. I mean, that team is like, there's one full-time guy and one guy that owns the truck. I mean, it's crazy. And there's some people that chip in money, and then good to see. And Kligerman's been doing like off-spot races for them and stuff, but they won. So, he does the old, gets to the start-finish line, tears up the front straightaway in a burnout show that was pretty good. And then didn't realize it during the interview that he, in addition to winning the race and whatever prize money came with the race, there was a $50,000 bonus for winning the race. And so he like literally lost his mind. It was awesome.
That's a nice payday.
I know, but it was kind of cool to see, like, he didn't even know. So that was awesome, and he was just all jacked because he is predominantly a road racer that went to NASCAR, and it's been taking him so long to win a race, and he finally won one. So congrats to him. And then Zane Smith was, like I said, second. Carson Horsever was third, and Kaz Gralla was finished seventh. So good for him. And then Justin Marks was back in 31st with Corey Haim 26th. And then I'd like to give a special shout out to Matt Crafton, who did put the NASCAR in the truck race by just about hitting everybody in the race. And then he decided post race to run some guy, he doored some guy post race because he didn't like getting tapped. So good on you, Matt.
Well, NASCAR.
Somebody had to leave the NASCAR in NASCAR. So there we go. Anyways, It was a great race. Other than that, so fortunately he was in the back of the pack, so we only saw the aftermath of his destruction. So it's just,
I can see it now. He's like battling for like 27th. He's just like, what do you think?
It's just like,
someone's hands up, like.
The guy's probably got the most money on some of these teams, and he's out there he's dooring guys that go, like, I mean, seriously. I mean, they're not even spending more than some of these kids karting these days, so. Right, Alex?
Right.
All right. So, okay, so that was more than I wanted to talk about with NASCAR, but wow. That's good. But the truck race surprised me. I was shocked. So.
Really good race.
I don't think they have any more road courses for the trucks this year, do they?
I was just gonna say, I think that's it for road courses.
Wait a minute. Do they go to the Glen?
That's a really good question, actually. I think they do, actually.
Christian's
do they not do the Roval?
At Charlotte, they do. That's left. I know that. They must do the Roval, because I think at Charlotte, it's all 3 series are there that weekend.
Yeah, I wouldn't see why not.
So left for this year is...
This is in the truck series, right?
In the trucks.
Yeah.
They go to Lucas Oil.
Ooh, Indianapolis.
In Indy.
Nice.
Then they go to Richmond.
Ooh.
And then Kansas Speedway.
That's it?
So that's...
Or is that... Oh, that's the regular season.
Oh, no.
No, that's the whole thing.
No, sorry. The next race is Pocono. That's the last race, and then it's playoffs.
And then the playoffs are...
The playoffs are Lucas Oil, Richmond, and Kansas.
Yeah.
For the round of 10. And then the round of 8 is Bristol, Dega, and Homestead. And then the final is Phoenix.
Oh, so they don't go to the Roval. All right.
Yeah, that's it for road courses.
That's it. So that was it. Anyways, that was fun.
That was a great race.
Mid-Ohio, Sonoma.
Portland. Did they run Portland?
Portland.
Coda.
Oh, Coda. All right.
And
I was just hoping, I was just kind of hoping if they ran at Watkins
I think
Glen.
that was it.
I was hoping if they walked there. I was hoping at Watkins Glen, Kimmy might step in for another ride.
Race and just annihilate.
Anyways, but anyways, and we should just say we still do not have the points standings didn't change in the Cup Series. No. So we still have the opportunity for 3 more first-time winners, and we almost had one.
Yeah.
With Corey LaJoie, he came 3 turns close to winning it and walking into the chase.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Oh my God. I can't believe this crap, man.
It's getting better. It's getting awesome.
Better.
I just want to see who gets hosed. That's what I really want to see.
I swear to God, if it's Brad Keselowski, I'm not going to watch it. Like, it's just going to be this is such a terrible year.
I know, but it's so much fun that it's so much fun that we locked on to this. So it's been it actually wants somebody to. I kind of have a vested interest now, but anyways, all right. Well, we'll move on so Nate and I can shut up and stop talking about this. But anyways, but it was good. It was good, and I found a new way to watch NASCAR, so I'm excited. At least the Cup races. So all right,
New Hampshire, Loudon. Oh wait, hang on. Yeah, New Hampshire, Loudon, Pocono, and Indianapolis road course.
Yep, that's what's
the
left.
Last race.
All right,
oh my God,
that'll be fun. All right. Let's move on to F1.
Yes.
In Zeltwig in Austria.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. At the Osterring.
Yeah.
And the
what ring?
Oysterite ring, or the Osterring ring.
Is that the name change because Red Bull didn't win?
No. No.
That's what it was. That's what
now
it was.
It's the Red Bull ring because Dieter Mateschitz bought it.
Yeah.
But
jokes.
Yeah. So the word for the weekend is bad behavior.
That's 2 words, Sean.
Sorry, 2 words. Bad behavior.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Nate. It kind of harkens back to my back.
Oh my God! Yeah.
All right. Or if you're a Ferrari fan, barbecue.
Right. Right.
Yes.
Well, science fan.
Plan E for explode.
Yeah.
There we go. We got the plan E.
I was waiting for him to get to say that.
That's
first.
awesome.
Oh my God.
Ferrari were on fire.
Yes, indeed.
2 ways.
Lap 57 or 1 through 56.
Here we go.
Oh, Daddy's cash. Oh my God, he was pissing me off. Dude.
Yeah.
Like he was holding up a lot of people.
He was irrelevant this weekend, right?
So I think basically we can just kind of run through just the first 2 days real quick. It was kind of the Max show. It was kind of the Max and Charles show.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, that's what 2022 has kind of been.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we had we did. Wait a minute. We did have Mercedes. It's not funny that he crashed.
It is.
Both of them crashed.
It's only funny because he's all right.
Right. That's right.
No, what's more funny is how George wants to be like Lewis, and he's just copying everything from him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Learning
what's
from the master.
Will he be buying a bulldog? And then having a
he doesn't have to get the same dog. He just has to have a dog.
A dog, and will he have some type of servant that helps him?
He probably does.
Okay.
Another personal trainer.
Personal trainer. Personal assistant. Sorry, let me let me not say servant, but personal trainer.
Yeah.
Okay. Personal assistant. Personal assistant.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, good show.
And Georgie.
What?
Georgie.
Yeah. Anyway, so Mercedes.
Should we call that? No, we shouldn't.
No. But anyways, so they put on quite a show, and that was that in the sprint race, or was that in the I can't recall.
That
was qualifying.
That was qualifying.
They qualifying on Friday. Yeah. Okay.
You know what's so funny about that was that
it's not funny, Alex.
Alex, safety.
I'm sorry.
Safety.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I apologize to the entire Lewis Hamilton fan base for thinking that I could find entertainment
wait,
in the moment where the 7-time champion put it in a wall all by himself. I know it's not funny. It's not funny.
I think you have to apologize to Rich specifically.
Yeah. I'll apologize. Because that's not funny. I mean, especially when you win a race and you treat it like you won the world championship and there's some guy in the hospital. But hey, you know.
I see you out there.
I see you out there. I love you, England.
Canada has the best fans.
All right. So let's say I don't use the F word, and the F word means funny.
Yep.
Yeah.
The peculiar thing about that moment was that when it happened, I was watching with the Sky commentary. Right?
Oh,
Likewise. Yeah, I was torturing myself too.
So
crafty.
you guys, I'll get back to that. Hang on.
Okay.
The peculiar thing is that the crash didn't happen when like the main screen was watching it. The crash happened, and the little bitty screen next to Hamilton's name on the left-hand side all of a sudden showed up when he was in the gravel, and then smacked into the wall. And I reacted like, "Oh my god!" And like, there was a solid 15 seconds where Crofty and Brundle just had no idea. Like, Hamilton wrecks into the wall. He's there, and he's like shaking his head, and then it's like 10 seconds later, Crofty is like, or I think it was Brundle was like, "Oh, he's in the wall." Oh God, it was so late.
Did they realize from the fan reaction?
They should have.
Why? I've noticed that.
Gasp.
I've noticed just in general that the commentators have been like a little slow to react to some of the stuff that happens.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder what they're being fed in the earpiece. You know what I mean, or what they're paying attention to.
Because on the F1 broadcast, so I watched that on the F1 broadcast because they had I can actually I don't have the well, we do have the British bias still, but we don't have the Mercedes bias, as they'll say. So but at least Julian Palmer is a little bit more he kind of analyzes it.
Biased?
Yeah, not biased. So anyway, so I watched it there, and what I do know from them is they're in London doing it. So they probably have more screens. I know it's the F1 production team, but the same stuff that Sky has is what they have. And I just think maybe they don't like, whereas the last couple of years where they weren't on site, maybe they were in a studio somewhere, they had more to see, more screens and stuff. So, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not 100% certain on that, but yeah, Alex, I do agree with you on that.
Yeah.
The other thing is, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say, I think it's funny that you guys see. I personally prefer the Sky broadcast to the F1 TV broadcast. Just my own opinion. I know you guys don't agree.
No, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, I mean, our personal opinion is we would much rather have Varsha, Hobbs, and Matchup and Buxton from the old pit.
Dude, that would be
that's the dream.
And we can do this like later in the season, but I think seriously, if we sort of see and we'll talk about this a little bit later on if we get to it, if we see a more American presence beyond Haas, I think they're gonna have to get an American broadcasting crew. Yeah, because
they may have to. Yeah.
Everyone is getting sick and tired of the British bias. The guys on Box and Neutrals. Alex, if you listen to this podcast, those guys.
Wait, what?
The Box and Neutrals.
Box and Neutrals.
No, Box of Neutrals. So when you break your gearbox, everyone goes, "What do I got?" You go, "Oh, it's a box of neutrals."
A box of, okay, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
actually.
it is actually fun. That podcast, I'll send you a link. You got to listen to it. Those guys, they make more fun of Crofty and those guys than we do, and they're funnier because they're Australian.
Oh wow! Okay,
yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, I'll get it to you. But I mean, there's a lot of there's stuff out there. I mean, from my opinion as a fan,
an American fan,
I'm not a Netflix. I watch F1 not because of Netflix, but I mean because of Drive to Survive. I like Drive to Survive. It's perfect off-season entertainment. I have no problem with it.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I can't I can't take the British bias. I can't take the bias. I just want.
Yeah, let me ask you something. Are you surprised by the bias?
I am. No, I am.
You are.
Yeah, I am.
Why?
Because if you go back in the day,
I'm not surprised.
If you go back in the day and you watch when Murray Walker, I know I'm dating myself, because I've been watching some old ones on YouTube.
Not too far.
So he was doing stuff with this is before you even had James Hunt. So Murray Walker would call the race by himself, and Hunt's in the race, and there's just nothing. There's no he's calling the race. That's all he's doing. He's calling the race. There isn't this, oh, the British fans are the best. I mean, it's like.
Sure.
Just, I know it's entertaining.
He had a lump in his throat in 1996.
When Mansell won.
Yeah, well,
no. Damon Hill.
Oh, yeah, sorry, but I mean, he's like friends with Damon Hill's father. I mean, I get it. That's fine. I don't have a problem with it.
But I mean,
it is.
I mean, right there is like, but that's the one moment. Yeah. Out of the whole year.
Right. I'm just saying, last year it kind of hit a peak because I seriously think they were rooting for Lewis. Everything that Max did was dirt. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Well, because I mean, as any fan, you would want to see someone from your country be on top of the record.
I know, but to me, I'm like, these guys, we're getting force fed this. Okay, I'll be honest with you. In a NASCAR race, there's no bias. I mean, there's a lot of overexcitement, but there's no bias.
Sure.
No, you know where I think you see it in the non-bias the most is actually IndyCar. Because I'll tell you, when I was in 2013, when Tony Kanaan won the Indy 500, I was in turn 1. That place exploded.
Yeah, but no, we're not talking the fans. We're just talking the announcers.
Oh, I'm talking about that too. I'm just kind of looking at the overall.
Yeah, that's just and Alex, it's fine. Whatever broadcast is fine. I was doing the Sky stuff, for and then I just was like, I'm going to switch over, and I bit the bullet and bought the F1 package, and I'm not exactly thrilled with that. I mean, there's some stuff on that's kind of like candy corn. Yeah. I mean, it's sugar puff, but
what do you mean, like the broadcast from the F1?
No, just the side stuff, the side shows and stuff are all kind of a yuck fest. The only other reason I like
whatever. I only ever watched the live races, and that's about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I watch on Sky. I like Ted's Notebooks. I think because they're kind of funny.
Yes.
It's good. That's good entertainment. That's perfect entertainment. The thing on F1 that I like is when they have Sam Collins on, who used to be the editor-in-chief for Race Car Engineering magazine. He is fantastic. And I love it. He's got a little notebook. He goes down. He's like Ted. He goes down, but he's far more educated than Ted.
Yeah, he's more technical.
Ted's a journalist. Mm-hmm. Sam's kind of a journalist and engineer all at once, and he gets all geeky about stuff, which I like. So, and he has great specials and stuff. But it's just like the race. It's just calling the race. Yeah. It's,
being unbiased,
but it's fine. It's Alex. Whatever. I just think at some point, America deserves.
Yeah.
And then
well, I mean, Colton Herta, Logan Sargent. I mean, anybody. I mean,
Yeah, Logan Sargent. Man, he's won.
We can have
2 races now.
We can have the 3-word race commentary from Rossi.
There's the overtake.
Yeah, but Alex would be good.
No, he would be.
He would be.
He gives his short responses.
Right. I like Alex.
Yeah.
I like because he's kind of prickly, and I'm kind of prickly, so I kind of like that. Anyways, so I mean, yeah. So getting back on track. Not with
Hinch
we
were talking
not with Hinch and Rossi, but that's another great podcast. On Track with Hinch and Rossi. I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was definitely the Max and Charles show.
Yeah.
It was the Max. No, you know what? I don't really think so, because the Max and Charles show was definitely happening up front, but you had insane battles happening midfield.
Yeah. Oh, I was just I was talking before, just on Friday and Saturday.
Oh, that's right.
Sorry, I hadn't got to the race.
Going
that's
ahead
my
of myself
bad. Yeah, but then so not surprised by the results in the sprint race. The only piece that I was a little kind of, I was like, and I just guys whining about their teammate attacking them.
Oh.
Wait. Such as who?
Carlos and Schumacher and Magnussen, Carlos and Charles.
Okay, so
Carlos was faster than Charles.
At one point,
that's why he was trying to attack.
Agreed.
He's a race driver.
I think
it's a race.
I think
Toto, it's a race.
We went motor racing.
I think the Ferrari inter-team battle is trying to be drummed up a bit more than what it is.
I get it, but during the sprint race, that stage of the race,
right?
Carlos was definitely faster, and he was trying to get by. That's all he was doing.
That's fine. Right. But the media was definitely sitting there like shaming them, like you should have been working together. And I'm like, just let them race.
Just let them race. It's
not going to matter.
It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter.
Because you got to have a car that finishes anyway.
What are they going to do? They're going to stay within a second of each other and create their own DRS train? I mean, seriously, they weren't going to get anywhere.
But here's what they're going to do. They're 10-car gap. There's going to be a 10-car gap.
Right.
And
don't say that. You might be in trouble with the FIA.
But
the one thing I will say is in the sprint race, regarding the Kevin and Mick.
Yeah.
Haas had that discussion before the race, I feel. Because when you watch Mick...
who did he defend against?
He was defending against Lewis.
And then somebody else.
But earlier in the race, when it was just him and K-Mag towing each other along, right? You could see Mick was clearly just right with him and could have gone by him at any point. But he's letting off and the DRS is shutting at like the 300-meter break. So he's well outside of that, and he's not making anything. So as a team, I'm sure that they were probably like, get both cars ahead and push both as forward because they don't want to be playing
in the sprint race
and doing it.
They're trying to get ahead of more positions, which is fine.
Right.
We can talk about, but later in the sprint race, Mick got caught up with, it was either Lewis or Fred. Or no, Fred didn't. No, he was somebody else. He was caught up with somebody else. Not Fred. Fred didn't make the start. Sorry. He got caught up. Was it? Huh?
When you say
Fred, Fernando. Fred.
Yeah.
Fred Alonso.
Yeah.
You haven't heard that before?
No.
Everybody. Oh, see, that's the thing. When you have David Hobbs calling the race, David Hobbs calls him Fred.
Oh.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I must have missed that back in the day. Correct.
Mm-hmm. And I think and Marshall Pruitt loves it. That's like Marshall Pruitt's go-to now is like Fred. He calls him Fred. It's awesome. Fred Alonso. And I think actually it might be from Robin Miller. Actually, not so much Hobbs. It might have been, but anyways.
Gotcha.
So, I don't know. I thought Mick got caught up with somebody.
It was just Lewis.
It was Lewis. All right. So when they were kind of battling there, I think because he was battling Lewis, K-Mag pulled away.
At one point, yes.
And at that towards the end of the sprint race.
Yeah.
Okay. So I then decided never mind. I don't want to go on that because I don't want to go on that diatribe. I listened to another podcast on a wrap up of that, and they were like, they took umbrage with that K-Mag pulled away. And I said, I'm sitting there to myself going, Mick's playing grab ass with Lewis, and Lewis is playing grab ass with Mick. And I'm like, what do you want K-Mag to do? Wait? So they can both get past? I mean, anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, again, it's just one of those. Anyways, moving on. I don't want to talk about it. Waste my breath. Anyways, so
race day.
Yeah, so it was what? So we had Carlos finished third, right? In the sprint.
Oh.
In the sprint,
Yeah. Who finished fourth? Georgie Porgy. That's right.
Yeah, Mr. Consistent, except for...
Oh, yeah. And then, wait a minute. We forgot about this. Mr. Concern, what? Mr. Safety, decides to cross a hot track.
In qualifying.
But, hey, because he's, got the emblem, the Mercedes emblem, he gets away with it.
Yeah.
Apparently, and Sebastian doesn't. So, anyways, that was kind of I forgot about that little nugget.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a good one. All right, so let's move on to race day.
Yes.
Now, race day, the whole event changed because of the overnight into the morning rain.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I think back about what happened in the race and what happened in the sprint race, the tire deg on Max's car was not as massive on Saturday as it was on Sunday. The tire deg just wasn't. On Sunday, it was massive.
Yeah.
So Ferrari definitely made a change to their car from the rain, I think, and I don't think the other teams did. So just my thoughts on that. But start of the race, thoughts?
People cannot help themselves from running into each other in turn 4.
Yeah.
I couldn't see the road ahead of me. I couldn't see anything.
Track limits. That's it. We'll talk. We're gonna have a little talk about that after this.
Okay.
I think Max put it in good words after Silverstone that some drivers on some teams just can't learn how to apex.
He was targeting a specific age group.
Yeah, he was there.
He was there. However, I do notice that when a Mercedes goes into a right-hander, the car seems to push. Only when another car is next to it.
You can't say that because look at Silverstone last week. That didn't happen.
No. But another car got next to it and it pushed over. It has like a sensor that goes to the left.
Yeah, but that didn't happen when Charles went around the outside.
No. I know. But on the start, when Gasly was on the left of George's car went left. So he went into Gasly, then into Zhou. And then Zhou went on his roof.
Oh, at the start.
Yeah, there's a sensor. There's a sensor on the Mercedes that automatically makes it go to the left when a car. It's called.
I think so. As a matter of fact, if we go a little bit vintage here, if we go back to the 2016 race of Austria, I believe it was towards the end of the race where Nico Rosberg was trying to turn right into turn 3, but it just didn't happen, and he went straight instead and ran Lewis, his own teammate, right off the road, and they had a crash, and there was a point where I think.
Was that Spain?
Nico lost the front wing. No, it was the same race. Austria.
Oh, the same race. It was at Austria. Because I think a year later they had. I think a year later. Well, actually, when Max got his first win, they had the same problem.
Going into a right-hand turn.
Right-hand turn. The sensors on the Mercedes. The sensor on the Mercedes on the inside went off, and it went left, and except this time it took its teammate out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was an error. There was an error that day.
What was that code N? What do they call that in iRacing? R factor, whatever that thing was. No, when Max dropped the F-bomb.
Oh, it was a netcode issue.
A netcode. When Max dropped the F-bomb on that. Anyways, so good to see Mercedes. I'm sure they'll get that fixed for the next race.
Well, they did get it fixed for the race.
No, that was in the race.
Yeah.
I think it may reappear though at Monza in the Parabolica, because that's a right-hand corner, very fast. Guys like to pass.
As a matter of fact, most corners at Monza are right-handers.
Yes.
Well, the last year at the Hungarian Grand Prix, I believe they bowled a spare, so I think they're looking for a strike.
Right. That was at the end of the straightaway. Yeah.
Quite good by Valtteri Bottas.
They both,
and there was only one pin left on the starting grid after that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Right.
Yeah.
Anyways,
just happened to be his teammate.
So Jesus, and then he gets a 5-second penalty for wrecking Perez's race.
Well, okay, I understand why they went with the 5-second one, because that's what they gave Lewis when he took out Albon.
It's the same one.
It's complete BS. I agree that's even 5 seconds. It should be more than that.
Right. Anyways, so that kind of
it should be either it shouldn't be a 5-second on the pit stops. It should be either drive through or a stop and go 30 seconds. Just and you can't even touch the car.
Just for our tens of listeners out there, we're not there's no Mercedes bias here. It's just that they just do stuff that is just so sketchy, and they get away with it.
They're very
they like to complain about it.
They're very hypocritical.
Yeah, and it comes from the top.
Yeah,
not at Mercedes, top of Mercedes F1. Anyways, let's be clear about that. We'll get to him later.
Mercedes AMG F1.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so it was so that was that was the start, and then Max is going along, and then the tires went. Not you can't say.
I think Leclerc just had a better car underneath him.
Yeah, but the tires on Max's car. Well, the setup.
I think whatever Ferrari's adjustment made was better than Red Bull's. So I don't think that Max had worse degradation on his tires. I think he just couldn't get the setup to hook up and go. So.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of the both, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed like that Ferrari was strong. Well, one of the Ferraris was strong. And, Max's tires wouldn't last.
Well, I mean, the other Ferrari was coming, and then
There you go.
Yeah, you got to be strong for the whole show.
Right. It almost had the perfect race where it blew up after it crossed the finish line.
Right.
Oh my god.
Right. As Ferdinand Porsche would have had it.
Yes.
I think I saw something on F1 memes, or F1 troll on Instagram. There was one. It was saying that Carlos Sainz was like when he was getting out of the car, it was there was official not watching. Oh my god, that one cracked me the hell up. Not today or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Do we have anything else on this race?
I mean, this.
There was more turn 4 drama.
We didn't talk about the. Did we talk about the barbecue yet?
Well, we kind of mentioned
barbecue.
Oh, sorry.
No, yeah, Carlos blowing up, yeah.
Yeah. No, but I guess we'd. I mean, Alex, you mentioned the whole midfield battle.
Oh yeah,
I did. It was friggin' psycho.
Mm-hmm.
Like craziness.
Great stuff. They were 5 wide at one point.
It was 3 wide with 2 in tow.
Well, I haven't. Let's put it this way. That's the closest I've seen F1 cars together in a long time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Outside of last week at Silverstone.
Yeah.
Stone.
Oh, Silverstone.
Yeah, but this was just the same. That 2 laps was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it was super nuts.
Overall, great day for Haas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, insanely great. Now, did they introduce any upgrades for this race? Because I heard they were waiting to introduce their first upgrades.
No, so they did some upgrades throughout the first part of the season, and I think there was one race. It wasn't Canada. It was before Canada. Oh, Baku?
Monaco.
Yeah.
No.
Traditionally, anyway.
No, they don't. No one brings upgrades at Monaco because it's. No, it's just it really doesn't.
Baku is a race before Canada.
I think they brought some upgrades there. I mean, they weren't going to have any more until I think it's after the second half of the season, unless it's at Hungary or
France.
But it might be maybe at Spa they might bring it. Because Spa, you're gonna have to you gotta do the porpoising thing's got to be solved, or the flexi floors.
Yeah. Well, same with Monza too.
Yeah, the Mercedes rules coming into effect.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, plenty of high speed long straightaways at both those tracks.
So but I mean, talk about doing less with more.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, historically they've run well at that track too.
Yep, that's the place they had their highest points finish.
Yeah, so I think
Grosjean and K-Mag.
I think they're feeding off some of that,
too.
Yeah,
so, I mean, look, they're in 7th place in the Constructors' Championship. Mm-hmm. Good on them.
And they're closing in, too.
They're closing in.
On AlphaTauri.
Right, so good on them.
Very good on them,
Yep. Williams, I will say this, the car seemed to, at least Latifi's car, the GOAT's car, wasn't upgraded.
Go TV.
Yeah, it wasn't updated. But Latifi's car, Albon's car seemed to be a little bit better.
I just want to.
He was even.
What?
I just want to correct myself on the standings. The Haas is ahead of AlphaTauri, and they're catching
Alfa Romeo.
No way.
Yeah.
Alfa Romeo is at 51. Haas is at 34. AlphaTauri is at 27.
AlphaTauri's on a.
And Aston Martin is at 18.
AlphaTauri's on a little bit of a spiral here.
Well, because the shock is going to come when they win Monza again.
Oh no!
Oh, Yuki's going to win it this time.
Nope.
Actually, well, if you're gonna have a surprise winner at I guess we'll save it for that race.
Anyways,
it's not going to be Alfa Romeo. It's not going to be a Haas, because I'll tell you, if they win there, yikes. Ferrari's going to look bad.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, but a Ferrari will still win.
Yeah, but
yeah.
But not.
Yeah,
but we got a long way to go before we get there.
Yeah.
Long way to go.
Yeah, so kind of like post race, I guess. I guess Max and Lewis, it was a little icy in the room. In the kiss and cry room.
Yeah.
It's a little icy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't
Please
stick around long
do not.
Yeah. And then the three of them all got in trouble with the FIA because, God forbid if they have a drink after they have Like, somebody comes in to give him a drink. I mean, Jesus H. I mean, God almighty. These guys have been in the car. Who cares? Like, they weighed in. They're fine.
Right.
They all weigh 3 pounds. I mean,
Right.
So, I mean, that was a problem. And then the all-time best, though, the weekend, Vettel comes up after the race. Oh, no, was it after the race or on Saturday? Vettel got in trouble at the driver's briefing. Because he walked out. So everyone thought initially he walked out of the driver's briefing meeting. So the drivers
early.
I know nothing about this.
Oh, no. Oh, you got to go find it. It was better. It was great during the first part when it came up. Everyone's like, oh God, did he say something?
Yeah.
Because maybe he was the one that said. Then it got leaked out that George was the one, because he's the head of the Grand Prix Drivers Association. He was the one on their behalf that spoke about this having one. They don't want the rotating one with Eduardo Freitas and the other gentleman. They don't want the rotating one. They just want one guy.
Oh, as the head of the...
Okay. Well, it won't be Michael Massey because he took a new job and left.
Right. Yeah.
I was like loving that. It's like give them the finger. And then so everyone kind of thought it was maybe Vettel was the one that said it. It turns out Vettel got so sick of the crap going on between the FIA and the drivers, just going around in circles, that Vettel goes... Vettel basically stood up and said, this is a waste of my time, and you guys are all ridiculous, and got up and left. He basically just said, like, he was just basically saying there are better things to be talking about.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, they were just arguing about nothing. Lewis was probably arguing about his piercings that he still has, or, George is probably, well, we should all stop the car and get out and make sure everyone's okay. I mean, I get it.
What's Lance Stroll saying in the meeting, Sean?
Huh?
What's Lance Stroll saying in the meeting?
Lance, he's probably playing. You know what? He's probably playing Wordle.
Yeah, he's on his phone.
He's on his phone.
He's playing Angry Birds.
Oh yeah, he's Angry Birds, or he's trading crypto, watching it sink.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Oh my God.
I mean, anyways. I mean, I don't know, but I guess Sebastian gets sick of it. I'm like, I love it. Yeah. The only other, it would have been best if it was him and Fernando walked out together. That would have been best. Brothers in arms. I love that. And then, so then, we had Toto just chiming in on fan behavior all weekend. Now, the crap that was going on with the fans abusing the other fans and all that crap, I 100%, that crap shouldn't be going on. I mean, no. But I'm going to go down this road that with F1's popularity, you're starting to see certain fan bases there's a new element of fan coming in.
Yeah.
And it kind of equates to, I hate to say this, and it happens, it's going to be equated to the European soccer fan and the NFL fan here.
Oh, boy.
They're bringing in the Happy Gilmore crowd.
The Happy Gilmore crowd is what they're bringing in. Mm-hmm. It's just, you can't go, I mean, I don't want to go to a race and have, Alex, you've been to a Formula One race more recently than I, so.
Yep.
How's the? I mean, you're going to Canada, so they're all polite there.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Canada.
Well, yeah, but that's
I swear to God, it's the nicest crowd in the whole world. It's like the cliche lives up to its entirety. And everybody and the funny is part amazing.
The funny part about that is you're in Quebec.
Yeah,
the French part.
Yes.
And they can't stand.
Nobody wants to pick a fight. They all surrender as soon as you want to fight.
Yeah. Harkens back to World War.
That's how it works. I was there in 2019, and there was one guy that was like, Lewis really was pushed off the track by Vettel, and I was like, no, he wasn't. And he was like, okay, yeah, no.
That was Hemingway, though.
Right. Yeah. So maybe that doesn't really count.
I don't know. I mean, like Christian and I, we went to Le Mans, and I mean, we're talking like a couple 100,000 people I didn't see outside of the fireworks show that went off late night and some drinking in the villages, which is all fine and good.
Everyone was having a good time, but it was all civilized.
We saw one guy passed out sitting up. That was good, and everyone, the rest of us are all sitting.
Was that also Rich Hemingway? He tends to
no. This was like 6 a.m. This was a rough one. He was sitting on a staircase on the Dunlop Bridge, Alex.
Yeah.
sitting.
Jeez.
He was like, he had his hands in his knees and he was just sitting there, dead passed out.
Yeah.
Like Christian and I came down the staircase and there's a guy sitting there. We're like, oh, that's a great spot to sit. And then there's a bunch of guys looking at him and they're all like this. And then we're looking as we walk by, the guy's passed out. It was awesome.
And I think they were posed. One of them took a pose. They were posing,
taking pictures with him and stuff. It was hilarious. It was great stuff. I mean, it was awesome.
That's great.
And there was people passed out at the at Tete Rouge, like on the hill, just didn't bother getting back to their bunks and just passed out. It was awesome. But that was the extent of that. But God, if there was any of that crap going on, I mean, Jesus, like, come on, it's like it's a whole weekend of fun and racing.
Right.
You know, I mean, if you want to root against the guy, I have no problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I have no problem with that either. That's half the fun of sport.
That's half the fun of sport. It's just like you go to a Pats game, and the parking lot just has to be a brawl. Like, it's
not necessary.
It's not necessary, and I hate it. Like in Europe, the soccer, the hooligan stuff, it's cut down, but there's an element to it. I mean, So I mean,
the impression that I get is that, from what I've learned anyway, is that like there really was not an F1 fandom presence, if you want to call it, in the Netherlands until Max Verstappen arrives on the scene, and then all of a sudden they were like wicked crazy about him.
I take umbrage.
And so
I take umbrage. You forget about Jan Lammers and Jos Verstappen. And
I didn't watch the days.
And Hugh Rotherberg. I mean, geez, there's a few. But also in the Netherlands, they've been cut off from Formula One because no one's gone to Zandvoort.
Yeah.
So that's why that's. I mean, when you think of the Netherlands, I mean, you got probably the hottest driver, one of the hottest drivers. I mean, I don't. The thing with Charles is, does he like translate to the French, or is he just because he's monegasque? Like, is he like is he like? Well, the French don't care.
Well, the French.
I don't know.
Well, the French also have Ocon.
If I'm gonna go Ocon versus Charles, I'm going Charles. All right, and I might even go Charles's brother Arthur is better than Ocon. But anyways,
but you also have Charles's whole backstory of him literally being groomed for Ferrari.
Right.
So he pretty much has all of Italy behind him.
And he was Jules Bianchi's.
Yes.
Yeah, and Jules Bianchi's father was a French driver. But they were monegasque. They were all monegasque.
Right.
They weren't French. They weren't.
Yeah, I don't know who he appeals to. I mean,
But Alex brings it. I think that's I think Alex. I don't know. I just kind of wonder how much of it has to do with Netflix and the new fandom.
Yeah.
I mean, in the U.S., Netflix. Netflix makes it. No, the fans think it's a show.
You see exactly what.
Yeah.
You see exactly what's shown.
Like we see it as we're race fans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't like the 7 year. I liked Schumacher, but the 10 years of Schumacher or whatever it was at Ferrari, it was like, can somebody just, and then the same thing with Lewis. Right? But then, but now it's like, I'm like, part of the chuckle with Lewis right now is, guess what? This is what it's like when you have to drive and you don't have the best equipment sometimes, sunshine.
Yeah. Right. And it's been a very long time since he's been in that position.
And then you get George, who's like at the back of the pack getting cursed out by everybody because he's in the way of everybody. Now he thinks it's okay. Well, I'm in a fast car. I can curse everybody out. It's like, dude, why don't you look at where you came from, okay? Because, you were that guy last year.
You're absolutely friggin' grateful to be in the seat that you're in right now, dude. You were in the worst car last year, and now you're in a top team.
Exactly, exactly. And, you think that you can, just go over and flick Bottas in the helmet? I mean, Jesus. Yeah. Although, great moment this weekend, though. Christian, take it.
What?
Fred.
Oh, the finger wave. Yes.
The finger wag.
Yes.
Oh, Yuki got a finger wave.
All the time you have to leave the space.
My two wheels are...
Oh, my
God. My favorite part of that is only somebody like him or Vettel could get away with that at about 200 miles an hour going to space. Like, decide to look over and give him the old finger wag. He's like, no.
No, not today.
Not today. That was awesome. That was awesome.
That was fantastic.
I mean, some of us when we go karting, we're giving each other.
Oh yeah,
giving each other waves too and
whatnot.
You're
like tap the back of the helmet, get me along.
No, that's Nate's favorite.
No, Alex, have you ever come up behind someone and then give them a little tap, or you just come up behind them and then they look over their shoulder and then you give them a wave as they turn around and they look back?
I
did that in an
indoor event. I've done the wave, but I've definitely done the tap.
And my return response was I got the finger from somebody who I then parked into a barrier.
Did any of you guys see the clip of Lando Norris giving his car the finger as he came out of turn 3? Yeah,
that's
awesome.
awesome.
Clip I saw today. It was a random clip I saw today on Reddit where it was like he came out of turn 3, it got a little shitty, squirrely, and then he kind of straightened it out.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
And he just goes like, to his steering wheel at the middle finger.
Because that's my fear of having a dash cam in my car that looks back at me. Because I'm constantly giving people the finger underneath the seat because I'm getting pissed at their driving and stuff. And it's just like, and everyone's doing that. So anyways. But no, that was awesome. Fred giving him the finger wag. That was awesome. It was better than it was Yuki.
Perfect.
Let's see, what else? Post-race? I'm just trying to think post-race what else there was. Oh, there's a great scene. Christian hadn't seen it. And you guys, I urge listeners out there to go find it. If you can find the Ted's post-race notebook. Alex, can you find that on your ESPN or can you go back?
I don't know if I can. Right. I don't really have many of the TV services.
All right. Well, I'll find it. You know what? When we gather at Canaan, I'll show you it. Ted's going through the paddock giving the race wrap up, and he gets done with Red Bull, and he's moving on, and he's walking down, and Albon is coming, and he wants to interview him, and then Tom Clarkson from F1 podcast grabs him, and he's got him on the live race podcast, so it's kind of cool. And they're talking, but Clarkson gets a little wordy. So Ted's like, come on, and Ted's like staying with it, like you had 5 minutes. Finally, then Gasly goes by. Clarkson drops the mic to chase after him. So Albon's free, but he's holding the mic. So Ted's like, well, screw it. He goes, did he just dump you? And Alex goes, yeah. So he goes over. So Ted starts talking to Albon. And then Clarkson comes back because Gasly had to leave. Clarkson comes back, I'm just going to pick up my interview. And Ted's like, you left. I want to talk to him for 2 minutes, right? So in between this exchange between Clarkson, no, it gets better. Nate, in between the exchange between Clarkson and Ted, Albon's like, I don't know what to do. And then finally, there's a moment of breath. And he goes, I feel like I'm in. Has anyone seen Talladega Nights? Because I feel like Ricky Bobby when I don't know what to do with my hands and talk. And he literally says that. No. And I swear, the two of them didn't have a clue what he was talking about. And I'm sitting there, I was busting the gut. So I showed Christian it right before we recorded this. And Christian was dying. He goes, it was the funniest thing. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It was awesome. It's just like nuggets like that I love. Anyways, that was good stuff. Anyways,
that was good stuff.
All right, well, I think that we're off to France.
Yes,
Paul Ricard, not Richard, but Paul Ricard. There's no H.
Which actually may put on a good race because they did last year.
There is the track. The only thing with the track I can't stand is the friggin' paint.
Well,
but it all serves
like 1,000 different configurations.
I know, which is why every testing team goes there.
This can be a separate.
But it's a great track. They do have the great straight though, the Mistral straight, which is the wind.
Yeah,
that's what
I wish they would just no chicane.
Blast straight down it. Yeah, that would be awesome.
That would be fantastic.
Maybe after going to Las Vegas next year, they'll do that. But
they do it at Baku.
But Paul Ricard's a good track.
It is. It's fun. I mean, sometimes the pupils fall out of my eyeballs, but I mean,
is that just following the track, trying to follow the track and stuff?
Yeah. Just take it right. Wait a minute.
I mean, outside of, I'll be honest, outside of last year, this track doesn't really.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of meh.
Anyways, it's kind of meh. All right. Well,
I remember specifically, I think it was after the 2019 race.
Yeah.
Every F1 podcast that I listened to after that race was like, we need to fix Formula One. Formula One is dead. We need to fix it. And then, the rest of the year was fantastic. It's like, I love how quick they are to judge. Like the last race is what Formula One is.
I know.
Yeah.
But
it's you know what? It's you know.
But
that's why you have changes in car and regulations and stuff to make the cars better. I mean, you know.
Well, I think, and this can be a whole separate podcast, but like the track Paul Ricard is your atypical Grade 1 track, where it's just runoff for miles, and then you get into these track limits crap.
Right. Back in the day, when before you guys even showed up on this planet, Paul Ricard was a totally different track, and it was really good.
Right.
If you go find any old school video there, it was. Really good.
I've seen it. I've seen it like the mid '80s.
But
where
what happened was it fell off. France fell off the calendar for a bit.
Yeah.
So what happened was Paul Ricard was looking for a way to make itself viable, and they turned themselves into a testing facility.
Yeah.
And like Peugeot, when they were doing their like various Le Mans prototypes, that's where they went and tested. And a lot of teams go and test it because the weather is, is fabulous there. So. Yeah, so that's why that happened. But then they came back, the promoter, whoever, I don't know if the region, the French government, whatever, put the money up and back they came. So, I mean, so the track's, but you're right, Christian. Like, I'd like to see that, like, just blast down that straightaway. That'd be fun.
Right. If they had grass or something just instead of this insane amount of runoff, because this is, and I'll leave it at this. If you're going to pave a portion of the track, drivers can use it.
Yeah,
I think it's the dumbest thing that you put pavement there.
Yeah,
and I understand there's safety stuff and whatnot, but I think you can also just either extend the walls or bring the walls closer to because they race on straight.
That gets back to Sebastian Vettel's comment about racing on real tracks, and he singled out Road America.
Yeah,
I think he wants to run.
Did he really?
He did. Yes. Yeah, which it was kind of cool because I'm not a huge Graham Rahal fan, but Graham Rahal actually put a direct tweet back to him. Anytime you want to come and test, let me know.
Yeah.
Wait, who's Graham Rahal? I know Bobby Rahal. Who's Graham Rahal?
Who's Graham Rahal?
Oh my God!
Wait, Alex, are you serious?
Yeah, I've never heard of that
guy. He races an Indycar.
Indycar's Brittany?
I'm referencing another podcast. I know who Graham Rahal is.
Okay.
No. He's doing the dinner with racers joke when they were in Jamaica that season. Yeah. It's kind of like F. Dane Cameron. Yeah. Anyways.
Correct.
Like
continue on.
Got it. Anyways, that's good, Alex. You got us. You can stay. Anyways. So, I mean, but yeah, it's a good point. So we go to Paul Ricard.
Yeah.
Let's kind of just shift gears real quick. Monza, 6 hours. 6 hours. Yes, it's a pun, but it's kind of a racing pun. Anyways.
Yeah. Yes, I like it.
So we had the 6 hours of Monza. Great race. Surprise winner, surprise pole sitter in hypercar. We had the Glickenhaus dominate up until the third hour of the race when the turbocharger let go and it went on a bug-killing machine. Like, this thing was spraying plumes of white smoke. Up until that point, they had a 50-second lead, and the guys on Toyota were like they were going to win the race. So that sucked because if Glickenhaus won, got on them. But then we had a great battle between the two Toyotas and the Alpine. And it was so cool because the Alpine was fast in the corners. The Toyotas were fast up until the Lesmos. They kind of had that piece of the track. From that point on, the Alpine had it, and like the closing speed in the Parabolica with the Alpine was amazing. So that it would get this huge run down the front straightaway, and would get level with the Toyotas. And just based on pure driver bravery and skill, they made a couple passes. They came down. There was a restart, so there was about 2 or 3 laps of back and forth. The Alpine got through the first Toyota, then came up on the Toyota in first place, which was driven by Kumi. And Kumi made a move, which was fine. But then I don't think he knew where he was because I think the Alpine got in his blind spot and he hit him. And he blew the right rear tire off the Toyota. Ended his day. Then, of course, he gets a penalty. And I'm like, the penalty was he got a flat tire. I mean, at that point, like, you don't need another penalty. Just hold them in the pits, all right, until they get fixed. But anyways, and then the Alpine just moved on and won. So congrats to them. They're actually leading the points championship. The Glickenhaus fell out of third place, though. which was too bad. But in GTE Pro, one word, America. Corvette Racing outfoxed the Ferraris. Ferraris had a pit with 2 laps to go because of fuel consumption. The Corvette, Tandy, went on a fuel-saving run. Once he got in on the final stint, he started saving fuel. And he had 3 laps of fuel left. And then Corvette, in their basic, we know how to out-strategize people, let the Toyota pass them so that they were on the same lap as the Toyota in terms of distance with the Toyota. So when the Toyota went across on the final lap, the Corvette was on the final lap, and that's how they won. It was just pure strategy. It was awesome. LMP2 was Ferdinand Hatzberg and his team. There's a great story out there for folks if you go. I don't know if it was on Sports Car 365 or Daily Sports Car. I forget which one, but he's trying to get 10,000 followers to $500 on up. You can join his team and have a vote.
You basically become an investor for $500
and a team, part of the team ownership.
Yes,
I'll find out some more about this and put it out there. It sounds pretty cool. So obviously as you put more money in, you get more voting shares and stuff like that. But it's pretty cool. Like you'll have a say on who the drivers are going to be.
But it's supposed to be backed by fans.
But I mean, he has substantial business acumen and wealth and stuff like that. So kind of cool, different thing out there. Then in GTE Am. The Proton Porsche, Christian Reed, Sebastian Priaulx, and Harry Ticknell won. So congrats to them after they got kind of boned at Le Mans. But the coolest thing of the weekend was the Iron Dames Ferrari. All women team drivers. And I believe they do have some of the women are on part of the pit crew, I think.
Yeah,
I think so. Not 100% certain on that, but... because it is part of the Iron Lynx team. They're a sub team. They call it Iron Dames, and Dames is French for women. So before you go down that road of people sending in dirty emails to us. I don't even know if we have an email address, but anyways.
Nope.
So they finished second after qualifying on the pole. So congrats to them. That was really cool. So great stuff there. Just in terms of some news items. We just on the staying in WEC and IMSA. IMSA is this weekend at Lime Rock with the GTD and Michelin Pilot Series. 2 classes, it's basically Friday practice qualifying, Saturday's practice, and a race.
Yeah.
2 races. Michelin Pilot Race has a great, healthy field. GTD, 15 cars.
Yes.
I'll be honest with you. IMSA needs to do something about this because this is really turning into be a joke, and they're really treating the fans up here as second class. I don't want to hear about paddock space at Lime Rock because we were there. We were there for a 4-day weekend 5 years ago,
and it was at one point
World Challenge, ALMS,
Super Trofeo.
Yep,
and Porsche Cup.
It might have been. All of those cars, somehow I know that the World Challenge cars, that was Wednesday, Thursday? It was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then they left out, and then the IMSA teams came in. They fit all that stuff in there.
Yeah.
Okay? And it was also Michelin Pilot Race that weekend, too.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
So they were able to fit all that stuff in the paddock. So I don't want to hear any excuses from IMSA that Lime Rock has insufficient paddock space, but they really put the folks at Lime Rock in a bad spot because they're out there busting their ass to get fans to go to the race. Yeah. They've upgraded the facility. I mean, they bring the shower trucks in. The place is amazing. I mean,
since
you've been coming
in the past 10, 15 years, it's amazing of what they've brought in there.
And when I went in 1970 to my first race there, this place is like Disney World compared to what it was then. So it's really embarrassing. Really is. I mean, I really, the fans in the Northeast and New York, New Jersey deserve better, and it's really, it's really bad because in New Jersey, BMW is in New Jersey, okay?
Yeah,
and this is. Yeah, their U.S. headquarters is in New Jersey, so this is just I'm gonna get this is crap.
Yeah.
All right. If I may, I went to the 2012 Grand Am race, right? Every class ran.
Yep.
Including Corvette, Daytona DPI, and they weren't called DPIs yet. I'm not sure if they were, but they were, the prototypes.
Yep.
And it was fine. It worked. It was all great. The racing was excellent. It was a real good show, a real good time. Why do they not bring the prototypes to these little tracks
Because they claim, this is what they're going to claim, at Lime Rock, it's the whole uphill thing. And they can't.
What do you mean uphill thing?
So you can't. So
they installed that chicane.
They installed the chicane.
Yeah.
They've installed 2 chicanes there, Alex. Back in the 1980s, when the GTP cars ran there, Christian's seen the video.
Yeah.
The GTP cars would come up for the hill and they would get air.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
And I mean, it was pretty cool. But none of the guys complained.
Nope.
Okay. Yes, one of the Nissan GTPs did go end over end, and it was a pretty bad crash. But, anyways.
Too bad.
When they put the newest chicane there, it's fine.
Yeah,
there's no reason. Okay.
Yeah.
The Audis, the R10s. No, what was it? The diesels.
Audi did run there, but regardless, the latest
R18s,
the R18s,
the fastest cars that have been there recently were the LMP1, the Dyson, and the Muscle Mode car.
The Dyson and Muscle Mode, and there was no problem going through the chicane. None.
And you also had LMP2 cars that ran there as well.
Yeah. Now the outright track record belongs to PJ Jones in a Toyota Eagle GTP car at 42 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Christ.
And that was not. I don't believe that was using the. That was not using the chicane.
No. That was using. That
was using the uphill.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So men are men and drivers are drivers.
Yeah.
The goat was scared.
Yeah. So I'm. Look, I don't know what anyone can do other than write to IMSA. Don't blame Lime Rock. It's not their fault.
I hope it's not.
It's not. It's not. Because they signed a 5-year deal last year when we were there to come back. So, I don't know. I look, I mean, they could bring the LMP3 cars there. They could bring the Porsche Cup cars.
Next year, they can bring that LMP3 and GT4.
They won't. There is no reason they can't bring Porsche Super Cup, the Porsche Cup Series. They can bring Super Trofeo. If they bring those two plus GTD plus Michelin Pilot, as a fan, I'd be happy. Mm-hmm. Okay. We all go now, and the last 3 years, it's been 2 series. And Saturday after the Michelin Pilot race, we're all sitting, we have lunch, and we're all sitting there just taking naps.
Yeah.
I mean, wasting 3 hours.
Yeah.
And it sucks. I mean, I feel bad.
And I
really
do.
do.
And not because the other thing they'll claim too is that because the Michelin Pilot Series uses the old uphill, so it takes time to move.
It takes 3 minutes.
I didn't say that, but an alternative, if you don't want to deal with it, just make them run the chicane.
Make them run the chicane. Those guys will run it. They don't care.
And then you don't have to change the course at all.
They don't care. Those guys don't care. Anyways, that's enough of that. I hate to say it, but I'm like, next year I'll be at, if we don't have any karting conflicts, I'll be at Watkins Glen.
Yeah.
Only because
seriously.
6 hours. Well, the 6 hours plus Michelin Pilot, Porsche Super Cup, Lamborghini,
Super Trofeo,
and Spec Mazda.
Yep.
The Mazda series runs, so the MX-5 series runs. So probably be there. Yeah. Sad to say.
Yeah.
But anyways, so that's that. Next up, Colton Herter made his F1 testing debut.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone? Thoughts?
Wait, it's already happened?
Yep.
Yeah,
2 days. He did 2 days.
Yes,
He had 2 days of pre-testing at Portimao.
Yeah. In last year's car.
Last year's car today.
Wait. In last year's car?
Last year's car, yes.
I thought I was certain that you could not run a car.
Yes, you can.
From last year, you would have to run it from at least 2 years ago.
No.
Okay, so if it wasn't last year, then it was
2 years ago. But he is allowed to do that.
It's recent.
He is allowed to do it.
But I mean, the car of 2020 is more or less the car of 2021. There wasn't a whole.
It doesn't matter. So he did 2 days of testing. He did yesterday and today. From all reports, things went well. He looked quick. I don't know what that means. He said it. There was an article from on Racer Magazine. Marshall Pruitt had an interview with him, and he said the car was amazingly fast. He enjoyed it. talked about the differences between an IndyCar and a Formula One car, much like Pato did. So kind of good there. Colton needed that. Colton needed that so that he can get. You have to have 2 days prior to your FP1 practice, apparently. So
okay.
That's why. So like Daddy's cash.
Yes.
So Daddy's cash spent a whole year trundling around the world testing like old Force Indias and stuff like that. Yeah. And I think Latifi did the same on the Williams side. So this, and then I think Will Stevens is there today and tomorrow and Thursday. Yeah. And then somebody else will be there. Will Stevens. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Christ, that's a name.
They're just he's done some driving for United Autosports, which is owned by Zach Brown, so that's kind of why that's there. So, and then I think next week they have somebody else, I think from an F2 thing. But Colton will be the first one in FP1. Did Pato do FP1?
No, they haven't made a decision yet on whether Colton's going to even have an FP1 session yet.
It sounds like Colton's going in it before Pato is.
My guess, because they have to put two new drivers.
It's going to be Colton and Pato.
Colton at US and Pato at Mexico.
That would be
that would make sense.
That would make sense.
Yeah,
I think logistically,
logistically that would be good. Yeah. So, anyways, so that was good. Good to see. I'd like to see both of them. They're both good drivers, and I like those two when they race together. So, I currently think Pato's on the. Actually, they're both probably on the wrong teams right now. It's just I feel bad for both of them. But anyways, I think they both could be further up. But anyways, that was going on. And then the only other thing out there right now is on the hypercar front for the World Endurance Series. I think it's next week or this week. It came out in Sports Car 365 today, but everyone's been talking about it on the internet. For Porsche and Cadillac are going to be at Sebring for a joint test, either later this week or next week, with the new DPI cars. So that'll be fun. Ferrari broke ground with theirs. Looked awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
They that was at Fiorano. They'll be heading off, and I think they're going to be heading to Paul Ricard for some more testing.
And Acura will also be heading to Paul Ricard as well.
They did some there. Acura
not the
was
same day.
Not,
I think.
No, they were at Magny Core for their test, but they're going to go to Paul Ricard, and then they're going to bring it stateside. BMW is breaking ground. Hitting the track in August. I don't know if it'll be U.S. It'll have to be U.S. because they're going to run an IMSA.
So when is there any more news on the Lamborghini?
No, we await breathlessly.
Okay,
for that.
But that thing looks mean.
That teaser was that teaser was pretty cool.
I have a question for you guys that are you guys are probably the biggest sports car nerds that I know. My understanding of next year's classes is slightly foggy, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, because I've heard the word LMDH and I've heard the word LMH.
Okay.
And I'm not entirely... I actually watched a video on it today, so I was a little bit more educated, but I'm not entirely confident on the difference between the two.
All right. So LMDH can run both WEC and IMSA. Okay. LMH can run in WEC. But to run an IMSA, there's going to be a BOP adjustment for it to run an IMSA.
Right.
They haven't, because technically the Ferrari is an LMH car, the Peugeot is an LMH car. So Peugeot, in order for Peugeot to come here, because they're part of the Stellantis group, they would have to run under a different banner, because Peugeots are not sold in the U.S. The likely brand that it would run under is Nissan. Because Nissan's part of the Stellantis group. So they could run there. Or they may... Oh, no, they won't. No, it's just that. The LMDH rules are sort of... The cars are just... They're the DPI cars today with the hybrid component that's going to be the universal hybrid component. That's what it's going to be. Okay. So you can design it to a DPI spec, but you're going to use the WEC / the agreed upon
So the D is for Daytona.
Well,
or
it's whatever. They have.
It's a good way to remember it.
Whatever. Yeah, it's just like it's just two specs of hypercar.
But regardless, the LMDH is going to be renamed as GTP.
GTP and IMSA, right?
Yeah,
it's going to be GTP.
Yes,
they're going to be revived.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of cool.
GTP and LMDH are the same thing. LMDH was just the name.
So the real question mark is whether or not Toyota wants to come to here. Now, Toyota can come here and run because they run in the Michelin Pilot Series, so therefore they've had to put up the bounty or the ransom that you're supposed to put up. Glickenhaus wants to run here, but for them, like, IMSA makes you put up $1 million, a manufacturer's thing for $1 million. It's basically to say you come and run. Now, Glickenhaus, if they could get Apple Computers to sponsor them, it wouldn't be a problem. They put it up. But Jim Glickenhaus, like everyone in the States wants to see the Glickenhaus. I want to see the Glickenhaus.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
I think it's cool, but whatever. I don't know if we'll see it, but who knows? And if they don't come back next year, I'm hoping they're coming back.
Regardless,
they're not going to Fuji this year, but I don't blame them. And Alex, and then it gets more complicated.
Oh boy.
Because
please continue.
So in WEC, GTE Pro goes away.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
What? Wait a minute. Why?
It goes away. Okay.
For next year?
Yes.
Yeah.
So much like an IMSA GTLM went away, there's no GTLM anymore. GTE Pro, GTE Pro and GTLM are the same. So Corvette has to build a GT3 car.
Well, right. Which they technically do have a GT3 car right now.
Yes, right now they do. They are building a GT3 car. They're building a GT3 car. Pratt & Miller is building a GT3 car. The car they have right now is a GTLM car that they've modified and added ABS braking and stuff. And it's actually, they got the BOP right. IMSA's got the BOP right on it. Okay, so I'm not complaining.
Okay.
The GT Pro goes away. So next year,
GTE Pro.
GTE Pro.
Yeah.
So in the WEC series.
Yes.
Okay, not in IMSA, but in the WEC series. In the WEC series, that goes away. Now, that's a problem because there are no factory teams allowed.
Wait. No.
Yes.
No way.
Yes. Yeah. So basically, what'll happen? So if Corvette wants to go to Le Mans, they have to come with 2 platinum drivers.
Yeah.
And a silver.
Holy crap!
Hello, Cooper McNeil.
Why? That is so insane to me.
That's what everybody. That's what everyone. Honestly, that's what everyone is up in arms about right now.
Yeah.
That is crazy. You got the biggest endurance racing series in the world.
That's exactly.
And you're not allowed to have professional teams in the sports car class. Like, the prototype. It's all sports car racing.
Why not have?
Really aren't sports cars.
Why not have GT3 Pro, like IMSA does, and IMSA will continue to do, and GT3 Pro Am?
Yeah.
Okay. Have that.
That's all. Another question. Question. Is it going to be GTE cars next year for WEC, or is it going to be GT3 spec cars?
So you can run a GTE car, but in Pro Am.
Yeah. I understand that Pro Am with the drivers, but as far as like how the the cars are still going to be GTE cars, but you have to run a Pro, and you got to whatever run they run in Pro Am, you have to run that driver lineup. Yeah. So Corvette is going to be GTE, and that's it, and they're not going to split it between
Porsche,
Pro and Pro Am.
Like Porsche right now. So Porsche has a bit of a problem because they want to run Pro GT cars. Mm-hmm. Ferrari has a problem; they want to run GT Pro cars. Mercedes wants to run GT Pro cars because they run GT Pro cars in the Fanatec World Series. Because now when you go GT3, it opens a whole nother floodgate. Acura, Mercedes, Audi.
Yeah.
Who else? BMW.
Yeah.
Why can you not have pro cars? If you have pro guys at that level, I mean, they run pro cars at the VLN. They just run on them with the private entries, and it's
interesting.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Have you watched the VLN series at the Nürburgring?
No, not much of it.
Oh, Alex, you need to watch it.
How does one watch it?
YouTube.
Yeah,
I will.
Okay.
I will get you the link.
Okay.
I gotta get Alex links. I gotta get him box of neutrals. Alex, box of neutrals. I'm telling you.
Box of neutrals.
Box of neutrals, because you know what? I think they might have ripped off Formula Hooligans in terms of some of the shenanigans they do.
Yeah.
I don't know. But the best part is
lawsuit incoming.
But the best part is they're Aussies, so it's funny. They're funny by nature, and their primary sponsor is Liquorland. It's a liquor store outlet.
Oh,
it's
wonderful.
awesome. It's fantastic. They are the best. I love those guys.
Yep.
So anyway, so that's that, and then it gets even more complicated.
How so?
Because
please
in 20
tell me, how far does the iceberg go, Sean?
So 2024, everything switches over to GT3 cars.
Yeah.
Okay. So now
no more GT Pro.
No GTE.
Or GTE, whatever.
No GTE. So everything's GT3.
So effectively, the whole platform of what was GT2 is gone.
Gone. Yeah. Which is what GTLM and GT Pro was based on.
Yes.
Which stepped down from GT1.
Yes.
And then, anyways. So that's 2020.
Why is GT1 gone, by the way? That should come back.
That was awesome. Because that was the Corvettes. That was the Vipers. Oh, my God. Anyways.
It should be psycho, psycho grand touring cars.
Well, my thing is GT3, if you go and say you can have factory teams, I'm like, I really don't care. There'd be 9,000 cars on the track. I don't care. I really don't care. But if they were all factories, it'd be a friggin' war out there. It'd be awesome. Yeah. It'd be so friggin' cool. Then 2025.
What?
2025 what's LMP2?
LMP2.
LMP2 changes.
That's right.
2.
There's a redesign.
They're getting a new generation of cars.
Wait.
Are they making a new generation of cars because they're basically just as fast as the hypercars right now?
Yeah.
Are they doing some shiesty shit where it's like,
you know what?
No.
I think
those
I think you're right.
cars that are wicked fast.
I think you're right. No. Well, I think the new generation of hypercars and LMDH cars will be faster. Yeah. But there is something else with LMP2. Yeah, so that's going on. Yeah. So Christian and I are trying to figure out, should we go in 2024 or 2025 to Le Mans? And we want a group. We want a group to go.
Because here's the thing.
Because here's the thing, Alex, and we're on the podcast here, folks, and it's Le Mans. Getting to Le Mans is super easy. Yeah. You basically fly to Charles de Gaulle. Mm-hmm. You get on the train or you rent a car. It's a 90-minute ride. Yeah. Just don't speed because they have speed cameras in the French highways, and bring euros so you can pay the tolls because your credit card doesn't work. Trust me. And it's literally an hour and a half, 2 hours from Charles de Gaulle. If you go by train right into Le Mans, it is an hour because the train goes at about 1,000 miles an hour. Anyways, that's something stupid. It goes at hyper speed. It's super easy to get to. Once you get there, and if you can do various things. Christian and I stayed in a well-appointed, dressed-out cargo container. Yes, which was fun in a campsite, and had showers, a barbecue, toilets, everything inside the track. Fabulous. You can also do tents, full tents. If you want to bring your own sleeping bag, feel free. But I do believe they have sleeping bags and cots if you want to use one of theirs. And same setup. They do have access to showers and stuff. It is fabulous. And it is...
Wow.
It's the best... I don't know. Anyways, when I get into planning this again, I'm going to invite people because I really... This is...
The only kicker, though, is...
If I get enough people, we could rent a chateau.
The only bonus, or sorry,
Alex, the other thing is the nightlife.
Oh yeah,
it's fantastic.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I'm quite a fan of nightlife.
All right, so at Tete Rouge, there is a restaurant on the outside.
Yep.
So during the day, it's awesome. And we're going with 2024 because the Euro Soccer Championship. Going on.
But this is the thing: is do you go in 24 when the GTE class is?
I really don't care about the
I was going to say, because this is the dilemma.
I know. Anyways, but the Euros are going on then.
So if you time it right when you go to Le Mans, if you go the same year that the
European Soccer Championship's going on,
you basically, any dead time you have,
everyone watch soccer matches.
Yeah, but everyone there is mainly European, from the European countries anyways. So everyone's rooting for someone, and it's a party in the bars.
It's awesome.
Yep.
And the bars are like the restaurant Tete Rouge. They have this outdoor tent. It's awesome. Like you get 12 beers, and like the girl literally brings them on these trays of 12, and she can carry 3 trays of 12, so she can carry 36 beers.
Oh my God!
And they have fresh, like French food cooking.
Oh yeah.
Like Christian and I were like, oh my God. Like the problem was we ate about like 2 croissants each that morning, and we weren't hungry.
Yeah.
And they have fresh baked croissants and French pastries available inside the track.
And crepes.
Damn.
Dude, it's like
this sounds lovely.
No. And then there's like food trucks and stuff. It's awesome. There's behind in the pit area, in the paddock area, behind the paddock, there's like they call it the Guinness Hall. And it's not just they serve Guinness, but they serve other beers.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And the best gimmick is you get these cups, which are Le Mans cups.
The plastic cups.
Plastic cups. So you pay like €1 extra for them. Mm-hmm. But if you collect the cups and you turn them back, so if you turn back 10, you get €10 back.
And that's one.
What?
Beer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh.
Then, in addition to not only the Le Mans race, sometimes you get the Porsche Cup or a Ferrari Challenge race, and then you get the Road to Le Mans race. So you get 3 races.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's awesome. And then there's shuttle buses that circle the track.
Yep.
So at night, you just jump on a shuttle bus and go all the way around the track. Crazy.
That's cool. Yeah, because it's like a 6-mile track all the way around, ain't it?
8.
8. Christ.
13 kilometers.
Yeah, 13 kilometers, 8 or 8.5 miles.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. It's awesome. They do have, and for our NHKA fans out there, they do have a rental kart facility on the infield.
Yes.
So you can rental kart while the race is going on and have a fantastic view in between your rental kart sessions of the race at the exit of the Porsche curves.
Yes.
And there are 2 kart tracks within the facility at Le Mans. Yeah. There is the FIA karting track, which is, Christian and I were like, boggled our mind. They have enclosed karting pit boxes.
Yeah.
A overhead gantry on the start line where you have, when you come down for the start, instead of having the flagman wave the start, you come down and the green lights, the red lights go from red to green.
Yeah.
Ooh, fancy.
Or if you do a standing start. And then we have the Elaine Pro Circuit, which is the local karting club track, which is old school. And it was like, we got to see it. We didn't get the race. Christian didn't get the run on it, but it was fabulous.
Yeah.
Still there. Fabulous. The whole event is amazing. If I just people should,
dude.
Yeah, people should go. It's worth it. It's an amazing thing. So
yeah,
I figured out a couple week-long trips so far. So Le Mans is definitely back on it.
Yeah.
I talked to Christian about doing. Last weekend was World Endurance at Monza. The weekend before was European Le Mans. So if you think about it, you flew into Milan. Drove to Monza, drove to Emilia Romagna, which is where Monza is, just outside of Milan, and where Ferrari is. If you stay there for a whole week, not only would you gain 5,000 pounds from food, but you get to, it's like car heaven because you can go to Alfa Romeo, Lamborghini, Maserati, and Ferrari museums. In between going to Monza twice for the EMS race and then to Monza for the WEC race. The other thing that you could do, same weekend, or no, weekends before, there's kind of split, but go to England. You can go to the Festival of Speed at Goodwood. I don't know if anyone has seen this. It's up the hill. It is an amazing event. That is where the 963 Porsche was launched. It's crazy. So you go there.
What? What was the... I'm sure you guys saw it. What was the crazy, insane, psycho...
The McMurtry.
That
thing was awesome.
I watched that run, and I swear to God, that is the fastest I've ever seen any vehicle go around a closed circuit.
Yeah, well, that
Formula
was...
One included.
That was awesome. Yeah. And Travis Pastrana in the Subaru family wagon finished 4th in a 1979 designed vehicle, which was all hooliganed out. Sorry. That's insane. That event is crazy because that's an event to go to, and then you can stay.
The only tragedy about that super fast cars run was that they had Max Chilton drive it. I feel like they could have.
Honestly, I really don't care who was driving that. That took some stones to drive it. Okay. That thing was insane. Yeah. That thing was insane. But the cool thing about that is after that's over, you can go to you go back to London, hang out for a few days, and then head off to Silverstone for the British GP. And you know what? If your lady friend does not like to be amongst cars, she can head off to Glastonbury for the Glastonbury Festival.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So there you go. So my daughter Alyssa would love to go to that. So we'll.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah. So there's a lot going on. That's another weekend trip. Just there are things to do. So folks just need to plan it out. It's just amazing. But anyways, so so that'll blow your mind on the World Endurance Series coming up. And what's going on?
Yeah, in my mind, I'm sure I'm going to forget some of these things you just told me today.
No.
But now it is definitely a little bit more clear.
Yeah, and then we can always go on a, we'll, invite a certain Mercedes fan with us.
Yes. Yes, we can.
He's going to have to come on soon.
I know. We'll have to have Rich on. Well, he came on.
Yeah, you will.
He came on. He had some good stories. Hey, the main karting center.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yep.
That was a great story.
Yep. Technically under the Formula Hooligan banner, but you should have him under the Red Mist show.
No. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Hey, I didn't know Jeff Gutterson ran at Le Mans.
Me neither, dude. I think
that was crazy.
I forgot to mention that to you guys. I was talking
way to go, teammate.
Yeah, I know. that was some teammate. That was some teammate bonding. Yeah.
I know it's Jeff.
I don't expect that from him.
Yeah, it's like Jeff. No one's supposed to know that.
Yeah, I mean, he does all the stuff around here. Sure, I've never even heard him going to like Indianapolis. I've never heard him about going to Supernats.
Whoa! What did you do in Indianapolis?
He didn't. No, I'm saying that he doesn't go to these things.
Yeah.
But then to hear that he goes all the way to France.
Right. Yeah, we need to get some.
Holy crap!
I know you guys. I know you guys like those 24-hour races, but we need to get some folks to go to. We got to go to Rock Island. We got to get some NHK folks to go to Rock Island.
That would be
cool.
Quincy.
I want to do because Quincy's in the park, right?
What do you want to do? You want to go to I know where you want to go. East Lansing.
Well, I mean that would be a good just bucket list one. Yeah.
I think next year we should try a Rotax Max Series race.
Yeah,
they're at OVRP. There's 3 races.
No, I know. Yeah.
There's one. It's Baltimore. It's Baltimore and
Pittsburgh.
Going to
Lafayette Saturday.
Yeah, you
going?
I'm not going. I wanted to real bad, and then the day I was going to ask for the time off, like a half hour earlier, my boss made this email out saying like, it's crunch time. I can no longer accept any new vacation requests through August, and I was just like,
So in this current era, what's your boss's name?
Will not disclose.
Okay. So hey, hello. Gomes' boss, Alex Gomes' boss. Alex has COVID. He won't be in.
That's right. Just so happened to have it right now, and I think 5 days from now is going to be Monday. I think that works out.
Oh, so you were going to go to Lafayette? Oh, that's too bad. Is that Pittsburgh?
I wanted to.
It's
New York.
No, so I've actually driven that track before in vintage go-karts.
That's not OVRP though.
No. It's in New York though.
Lafayette?
It's
I thought
in New
it was
York.
in Pennsylvania.
It's in Lafayette, New York.
Oh, nope. Lafayette.
Nope.
Wasn't there a famous Revolutionary Battle there?
Probably, but I don't know shit about that.
Yeah,
Who?
It's been a while since.
Hemingway, no.
Well, yeah, I've been to that track before. I raced it in vintage go-karts, believe it or not.
Oh, that's where you did the vintage. Oh my god.
Yes, I've done vintage at Lafayette, and I've done vintage at OVRP.
Yeah, so
and Lafayette is fantastic.
Yeah,
absolutely fantastic.
Rotax Max they do 3 races.
The East.
Yeah, the East.
Yeah.
So they do Baltimore.
Yeah.
I know it's a parking lot. Who cares? Whatever. It's not. It can't be that bad. BWI. It can't be that bad.
Well, I don't know.
So but I want to go and have some fun. Like I don't care
if I want to go and have fun, I'll go to either OVRP or Lafayette.
Yeah. Well, there's 2.
That would
well,
be my
they're
preference.
at Pittsburgh too, so that's not that bad.
Pitt's the F Series, isn't it?
No, the OVRP.
Well, actually, I've heard that the F Series is starting to fall off a little bit.
Really? Oh, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I'd like to kind of branch out a little bit because we don't have the X1 or the F1 X1 series.
Yeah.
Because X1 used to host the F series.
Yeah.
That was fun. We did one race. We did one race. We did one race.
We did an RMAX.
RMAX. We finished 5th.
Yes.
We finished 5th.
Almost finished podium.
Almost podium.
Yeah.
Kyle finished 4th, I think. Or did he podium? He got hosed. Remember that
he
kid
was either
ran over
third
him?
or fourth. Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, some of those guys.
I know he slipped by me because the other because
no. But then the kid kind of slipped by him too.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I mean, that's not bad.
No.
So, anyways, but
so I will not be attending, but one person that is attending and racing out there. Actually, there's a few people I know that are going out. Yeah, Will Juba.
Yes.
Will Juba
making his
debut race.
Debut.
Yes, debut race in tag, and is not doing it within the NHKA. He's doing it in a regional race.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty ballsy by him, but
good luck to him.
I think he'll do pretty good. I had him test my. He took a few laps in my tag around Club Motorsport last time.
Did he get dragged behind it?
He did not get dragged behind it. That experience is still unique to me.
Still the best Halloween costume ever.
Yeah. I do not feel like sharing that experience with anybody else. I feel like nobody else needs to experience that. But as far as giving people rides in my go-kart when we're all at club and I'm feeling like it, I don't mind.
Yeah. Well, hey, we gave you an outing in Christian's road tax.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm just passing everything forward.
Yeah, I felt so bad for Alex. Like the end of the race, his neck was like.
That just taught me like, oh my God, like these things are insane.
And it was like
I need to work on
like the worst thing too because it was mixed conditions.
Well, but you didn't.
It rained, and I sent him out on. Like,
you didn't do the banking, did you?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, you did it in the wet?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So that's why I sent him out on wets, and then it was like one of the 1,000-degree humidity days at X1.
Yeah.
And it dried out in like 10 minutes. So we kind of got hosed. But it was like I was kind of going Alex's safety and kart safety. So live to see the next battle. And then, he qualified fine. Mm-hmm. And it just at the end of the race, Alex was like hanging on.
Well, that banking is a beater.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
It's crazy how much it takes into you.
Yeah. It's better than when you guys did it in the rental carts.
Yeah, we've done it a few times. We've done it a few times.
That was the best. They forgot to put the cones out.
No.
You guys I went, see ya. And I was standing there, and I was like, this is going to be good. But like true drivers, you did it. But yes. Oh, that's good. So Will's going to do it. Anyone else from NHK going down there?
Yeah, Keith. I know Keith McKenzie is going, and I believe his daughter will be participating.
What class? What class is she running?
Tag Junior.
Okay.
Don't remember her name, and that's kind of embarrassing.
That's all right.
But yeah, there's a decent Mac Minarelli showing coming from both the Mackenzies and the Jubas there. I wish I do have to tell you it is killing me that I'm not going.
That's CRG. Yeah. That's CRG junior team, right? Mac Minarelli.
I don't know. I've heard so many different chassis that we.
Alex, I'm just kidding.
No, I think if you're gonna go CRG Junior, you'd go the Maranello carts. Right?
Gotcha.
Hugh's like getting pissed right now. They're all the same. It's so incestuous. It's ridiculous. I've heard different stories. Like it's like the welding on the chassis and stuff is different, and it's. That's
what differences can you even friggin' make? Let me guess. It's all tube frame, and there's two tubes on the right, and there's one tube on the left. And
Giuseppe welds the CRG chassis, Paolo welds the Maranellos, and Stefano welds the Mac Mineralis. That's what it is. I mean, it's crazy. I've heard it's like crazy. I heard that's. I don't know. I've heard stupid things. I mean,
well, I like.
But it's funny. Like when I watch the FIA. In CIK races, all I see is CRG, Burrill, and Praga.
Do you see Tony Kart
Tony Kart occasionally?
OTK.
And they're all Tony Kart. That's all Tony Kart.
Yeah,
but I never see Mac Minerali. Never see Maranello. Never see. But you come over here, it's all over here. It's like
it really is.
Because George has Mac Minerali.
Mac Minarelli and Rigetti Rodolfi, which I'm not really sure which one owns
and Gold.
what.
and gold.
Yeah, but all right. So what are they all umbrellaed under?
They're all umbrellaed
under MAC?
No, they're all umbrellaed under CRG, from what I understand.
Whoa.
That's what
like I said. There's three names that I know as George, and it's MAC, Rigetti, and Gold. So which one is the top of the food chain amongst those three?
MAC.
Okay. I should know these things.
Then Rigetti. It's MAC, then Rigetti.
MAC, then Rigetti,
and then Gold. And then you got Maranello.
Technically, the Extreme car is a Rigetti Extreme, right?
Is it? I don't. Yeah. And then you got Maranello, which the guys up at Vermont Karting. What's Christian?
Correct.
What's that group? Vermont Karting.
Yeah.
They have, and then because if you go on we buy a lot of parts from CRG. We buy a lot of parts through Acceleration.
Yep.
And Comet. And they have CRG, and then underneath it, it's like, so we got some. They don't carry any Mac Morales. They don't carry any. They carry Rigetti parts, but they don't carry any Rigetti chassis.
Yeah,
they carry CRG chassis. So it must. Yeah. It's crazy though. There are so many chassis out there.
There are. And now they're just taking Formula One drivers' names and putting them over chassis and painting them different colors.
You get the Lando, you get the Ricardo, you get the Leclerc, which is a Baril.
Yeah.
What's the Lando one?
OTL.
I don't know.
Or OTK.
OTK, so it's a Tony Kart.
Yeah.
What's Tony Ricardo? Kart, I think is a Baril.
That's a Baril.
So Leclerc and Ricardo's a Barils.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're just different colors.
So when they have the Gomes chassis, what's that going to be under?
Yes.
Margay?
Probably.
Oh, Christ.
I was going to say Margay if you want to go American.
Margay.
But, okay. I just looked up Max, Gold's, and Rigetti's website.
Yeah.
Literally the same thing.
It's
just with different brand.
Oh, really? The same format?
I shit you not. It is the same format, and then they have, and then the only difference,
it all goes back to North Andover or North Reading.
No. It all goes back to Italy, but I'm assuming it's CRG or
it's crazy. It's whacked. And then there's Sodi Kart.
Oh yeah, I forgot about them.
They're another one. It's crazy.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and then the whole thing. I get sucked into that stuff on YouTube watching the FIA races. It's crazy.
Yep.
Good stuff though, but. Yeah, no, that's good. I'm glad to see some folks are getting out there and running. I'd like to get out and do some running. What do you want to do? You want to do Quincy or Quincy's in the park?
I'd like to do that.
Rock Island's downtown.
Yeah, and then I guess the other big event is the Brickyard.
Oh yeah, the Brickyard, right? And then I'd like to go to
Brickyard.
Now Rob Bain's been to GoPro.
Oh yeah, that's track
another one.
Oh, yeah. GoPro is like the first track I think of when I want to go to go-kart tracks.
Yeah, GoPro. And then a bunch of people want to go to Daytona.
I want to go to Road America.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, so Alex
did not know. Wait. Right. Road America has a go-kart track.
Yes. No. It's got a road track. It's got a go-kart track inside the road track.
So you know the left-hander right before the carousel.
Yes.
The long right-hander there before you go.
So when they come down, they come down to Hurry Downs, and then they go,
Yeah, so when you go into that left-hand turn there, to the right of you, behind the fence there, is the go-kart track.
So we thought it was, when we were there, we thought it was just, it's just a rental track. It's for fun. Nope. It's a full-on karting track.
Yeah.
They just had the U.S. karting series there.
Yeah.
And those guys run 6 different classes. They're all IME classes, so it's not Rotax. It's IME classes. They run IME water cooled and they run IME air. So it's KA and KZ basically is what it is. And holy Christ, that track is freaking fast and it looked fun.
There's elevation too.
There's elevation.
Right.
Like
elevation is wonderful.
One of the corners it's depending on which direction you go, you either go, it's basically a horseshoe that you either go up the hill, like a story climb, or you come down the hill, the story climb, and it's 180, and you just
holy
slide
crap.
it right down.
Awesome. Like I was showing Christian some video from it. Wow, and it looked like a fun weekend of driving there. Yeah, Christian wants to go to Indy and do the Ignite series there.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Which is just,
That'd
you know what?
I'd
suck it up and just do the rental. What?
Oh, yeah.
The rental.
Huh? Yeah.
What do you mean the rental?
There's a rental package.
There's a rental package you can do.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You know, what are you going to do? You're going to go buy a $1,200 206 to take out there?
Yeah, and then
it's going to cost you $1,200. Now you're at $3,000 just getting there.
Right. Yeah, because then if you just pay...
I mean, I think the first time you go, you got to learn what it's about.
Yeah.
Then you go, I don't know. I'm sure Archie's motors are good there, right? They have to be.
Well, it should just be out of the box motors. I'd
yeah, because
right.
Yeah, I mean, you can do a little bit of head work to a 206, from what I understand.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Alex?
I don't know.
I
literally don't know.
It's not like in the IMSA Firehawk series when you put Acura Integra injection injectors into the Honda CRX, which we did, and that was completely illegal because the Acura injectors were bigger. And we had to take them out before we got teched. It was like I thought we were gonna get disqualified. My dad's like, "Take those out now." We had to take the head off.
All I know is that there are various 206 engine builders around the country, so they have to be doing something.
Look, I saw on a fan forum today that if you just, check your valve lash and, keep up on the maintenance of
Yeah.
Or you could just do the fan favor and just buy a blueprint motor.
I don't know who does.
Wait.
Alex is like, what do you mean?
How does one buy a blueprint
motor? I'll tell you exactly how. Who did your motor?
Apex.
No, they didn't. I know who did your motor.
Okay.
J3.
J3.
Yeah, they did your motor.
Okay.
I think that's George. George has his Rotax motors done by J3.
You think so? Okay.
You think he's going to listen to this podcast? I don't want to get in trouble. He put it out there the other day.
I mean, multiple people from the NHK are going to listen to this podcast.
Because Will's... I don't want to single out Will. But when he put the notice out there about Will going to Lafayette, he said thank you to J3 Competition for doing our motors.
Oh, okay. So it's public.
It's public. It's out on Facebook. Facebook's public, right? If it was on Wikipedia, I'd be a little bit more skeptical of it.
You can put whatever you want there.
But you can do that. There's various Rotax suppliers as well as rock suppliers that I'm aware of that will do a dyno break-in of your motor and blueprint it.
And blueprint it?
They will blueprint it. Comet will definitely blueprint your motor.
I guess
for a fee. It costs for a fee.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I said this jokingly, but I mean, like, how many series are you allowed to run the blueprinted motor in?
As long as the motor's sealed by an approved manufacturer, you're good. So when they blueprint a motor, all it is it's gone to the maximum specifications of the class. That's all. Right. That's all they mean. So when you look at a motor and you think it's top dead center,
no, I understand. It's
your head is
right.
Truly top dead center.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's interesting. So are you suggesting that when my motor was originally built?
I'm not suggesting anything, Alex.
No, I'm asking with legit curiosity.
I think that George may have sent your motor J3, but maybe he didn't. Maybe he took it out of the box.
Well, here's the one thing
because your motor's sealed, right?
It is.
It has to be sealed by somebody.
But
correct.
It's not coming from the factory sealed.
His timeline doesn't match up though.
Oh, Alex's?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because was it just your cart and your motor that was on customs?
I saw this crate in his trailer.
Oh, did you now?
Oh, did you now?
Was it a milk crate that I keep all my fucking liquids in and shit?
No,
not really giving away anything.
Well, but Alex, didn't your motor come over on the crate?
So your motor came sealed?
Or are you not sure?
I don't know, dude. Like, I remember I got my motor and my go-kart at 2 separate times.
Right. No,
my motor came first, and I had to put it onto one of Ray Leonard's carts.
Yeah. Okay, but it was sealed.
And I went and picked it up at Apex in a rush to get to the track, and that day it was sealed, ready to go.
The question is whether or not George sent it out to get sealed. I mean, I don't know if George seals it or he sends it out to get sealed. That's the thing. Jeremiah and Dave Davies used to seal motors.
Correct.
Okay. Jeremiah. Sure. Okay. So Christian, the motor we had was a sealed our non-Evo motor. Okay.
No, it is Evo. It's not the newest.
Which one? The one that's on the cart now?
No.
The old motor was not an Evo motor. It was an original Rotax motor with the Evo upgrade. That's what it was. And it was sealed, and then Jeremiah put the Evo upgrade. It was also sealed both by Dave when he did it non-Evo upgrade. It was sealed. Mm-hmm. When Jeremiah did the Evo upgrade for us, it was also resealed. And Jeremiah and Dave were allowed to do that. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
The new motor that we have, which is an Evo motor, came sealed.
Right.
Okay. It was not. That wasn't from Jeremiah.
Right.
No, from what I understand, it's Rob Johnson's old motor. Isn't it?
Yes.
I do not know who Rob Johnson is.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where he took his motor to get done.
So, but like Rich Blanchard showed up, and Rich is running. What's Rich running? He's running a Rock, or is he running a?
No, he's got the X30.
X30.
Yeah,
so he's got a sealed X30. So whoever, I think he bought his from Comet.
Okay.
I don't know.
So you can buy, like, you can go to
what are you getting at?
No, I'm just saying that as long as you go to an approved engine builder or somebody that's an approved, like, Acceleration's getting away from Rotax, so they're not going to be doing them anymore. Okay. Sweet Tech does the Rock motors. Okay. Yeah. And those motors are they will blueprint the motor and they will dyno it and break it in, and it will be sealed because Alan has a Sweet Tech. Alan Pope has a Sweet Tech.
Mm.
Yep.
Like Rob Bain, I don't know who does Rob's motors.
Well, but I mean, what are you getting at?
No,
I'm just like listing companies.
No, I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that as long as your motor is sealed, as long as you see. So for NHK, if you're running a Rotax, you need an Evo sealed motor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't have an Evo not sealed. If you show up an Evo not sealed, you're out.
Well, how many series let you run an open engine anyway?
No one does. Okay, no one does. So you have to get a Rotax approved vendor.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying I think like with George, maybe Alex's motor was a J3 motor, or from somebody that Alex knows. George isn't sitting there sealing motors on his own.
I don't know. I don't know what he does.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
All right, whatever. It doesn't matter. You have to have a sealed motor. So, like in Briggs,
correct,
for Will Foreman 206, Archie does them.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're going to have a motor done, Archie does them, and he's allowed to seal them because he knows what the rules are.
Yep.
Right, and they're approved vendors.
They're an approved vendor.
Yeah.
Comet will do a World Formula for you, and it's an approved vendor. It's a sealed motor. Christian, what I'm saying is, like, you can't just go and have somebody with a seal kit just seal the motor.
No, I get that.
All right. So, like, your Evo, because we had the weld done on it, that motor right then, if you went to say, correct, Jeremiah,
it says in the rules.
If you went to Jeremiah, can you seal this motor, reseal this motor? Jeremiah would say, absolutely not, because the head was welded.
Right. That's under the new rules.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. That's the rules across the country. You can't do that.
That's what I mean. It's in the RMAX challenge rules.
Yeah. So you can't do that. It's interesting though. It's crazy.
What do you mean a welded head? Where would you?
We had a crack. We had a crack in the head from some water that was left in it.
Yeah.
So back in the day, you could have had it. You could have had it welded, but then if you had any a weld is considered a non-approved change to the motor.
Yeah.
I see.
So
it still runs.
It still runs perfectly fine. And it did, because we ran it in practice. We talked to Mike on the practice day and said, look, we have our other motor, which is an Evo, and we're going to have it installed next week, and we just wanted to come up and run this just to get the car running, because Christian had run that. So we ran. Yeah. I mean, but it ran fine. It didn't blow up or anything. So. No. But it's interesting. It's just it's but it's cool. Yeah. I like that. That's the kind of stuff I like talking about, because it's interesting, the different rules. Like the U.S. Pro Karting, the U.S. Karting Series, like their rule is you have to give a fuel sample before you run. So the series that ran in Road America, so if you read the rules, they basically tell you there's two ways to do it. You have to have a clean fuel can. So if you have a plastic fuel can, right? So like like a bunch of us do. If you put all your fuel in it, you have to mix your oil directly into that. Okay? And then shake it up and give them a sample. Or the other thing is you have to come over with the drum of VP or whoever the proof fuel is, with the oil mixed in it and shaken. So you have two choices. Either you put it in a plastic fuel can, full fat, all 5 gallons, or you put it in that. If you show up with a 2.5 gallon thing, they're going to tell you to get lost. They don't want to talk to you. Huh. And you lose your qualifying time.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm. Which is fine. They're just trying to vet out the cheating.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, people will go nuts if they can cheat. You know what I mean? So I guess it all makes sense.
Right.
I mean, I heard about, there's actually a teeny tiny little oval go-kart track two towns over from me. And like, it was such a teeny tiny track with such a teeny tiny club. There was like, 6-7 racers a weekend, something like that they would still get competitive with each other, to the point where like the guy who owns the track, his sons would race, and he was telling me one time, he's like, I sent my engines out to California, and like $3,000 later I had these awesome and I was like, wait, stop. $3,000 later to build some motors that already existed? Like, that's how crazy it can go if you do let people go nuts.
So if you go like at Swede Tech and you look at, you buy a rock motor with them, excuse me.
Yeah.
They have their next package is a rock motor, and they'll dyno it and break it in. They'll break it in for you. So like if you don't have a break-in day, like we don't have break-in days anymore.
No.
Yeah, we don't.
So they'll break it in for you on the dyno and then send it to you. Alan did that.
Yeah.
And it's perfectly fine. Yep. So anyways.
I really wish we did have more testing practice days, but I know we're just at the mercy of other tracks.
Yeah, I mean, Mike, the folks at NHK have done everything that they can. I mean,
a
couple of years ago they took on more races, to fill the void. But I mean, honestly, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So I can completely understand coming back to what they're coming back to, which is what they can manage. That's perfectly fine.
Yep.
The problem is somebody needs. Is having somebody's
going to build us a go-kart track.
Yeah, that's the thing, and the problem is you get a lot of nibbies, which is not in my backyard. So, anyways.
I know. It's so...
Yeah. So, anyways.
It's so hard to convince
someplace
a town to allow
it.
A karting track.
Yeah.
Because you know what? To people who don't care for this shit, it is not attractive to them at all.
No.
Like, what do you mean on Sundays I'm going to have to listen to these, like, bumblebee things go around all day, and it's going to ruin my barbecues, and I just want to sit on my porch and, enjoy the birds, and now I can't because...
So...
That's why, like, anytime we do those 24-hour races, it's at a track that's in the middle of nowhere.
I know, but if you, like, go to Christian in California and Nevada, I mean... These things are out in the middle of the desert, or like in Houston, it's so much land. People don't care, and it's like these guys are out there just
but
pounding.
It's because they have the land. Whereas
I
up
know.
in the Northeast,
There is.
You walk over and there's nothing.
Down here in the South Shore, there's plenty of space in some of these open sand pits and stuff that are out there. But to try and get a track built there, they won't build. Like the town will be like, somebody will go, "Oh my God, there's a GO track pit." It's like you can't friggin' hear it from your house. Trust me. And it's like it's ridiculous. I mean,
in my area, the closest thing to like a big racetrack is Seekonk Speedway. It's a half hour from where I live, dude. Right. And like I've never heard about anybody bitching about that track, and they got friggin' modified.
But it's been there. It's been there forever.
Yeah,
it's been there forever.
Sure, but I don't. Unlike other tracks where it seems like it's yearly, like the neighbors hate this stuff, even though they move next to a racetrack. I never hear that about Seekonk Speedway. So I feel like there are places you could put a track in Massachusetts, wherever in New England, and it would work. It's just who's gonna ante up the money and ante up the ambition to go out and to make one.
Yeah. Right. No, that's right. So, anyways. So, on that note, should we end this?
Yeah.
All right.
Probably should. We've been going for a long
it was
time.
fun. It was good conversation.
Yeah.
Good conversation. Yes. Actually, just to let everyone know, Nate had to leave the premises. He had a virtual race to attend this evening. So appreciate everyone joining us and hope everyone enjoyed this podcast. Alex, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Yes. For those who don't know me, I do a podcast myself with Charlie Hosey. We do the Formula Hooligan Podcast. Almost of the same ilk. It's more Formula One oriented, as we don't have the time to watch the 6 or 7 or 10 different motorsports that you guys watch. But we still have a good time, myself and Charlie going back and forth with each other. So if you want to check out more of me and the content that we do, look up Formula Hooligan on YouTube or Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
Yep. So the Formula Hooligans guys have one additional thing. They actually put it on YouTube.
Yeah, with video.
Yeah.
We put it on YouTube too. It's just they have video.
Yeah, we have audio.
Yes.
But Alex, as Alex said, their podcast is great. Alex does a great job of hosting. So
thank you.
Yeah.
Look forward to collaborating again at a future NHKA dual event soon.
I mean, it's gonna be Carmania. I don't see why not.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
All right.
There's the announcement.
Yeah, we'll be hosting in the Red Mist Garage.
There we go.
Yeah. Or maybe we'll just be out on the track. Who knows?
Oh no, we got to be in the garage.
Well, considering that Carmania is the party weekend, I think we'll be right next to the cornhole.
We'll figure it out. Yeah. We'll get it all figured out, and we may record earlier. Yeah. Who knows?
Or we could figure out a way to be walking around. I don't know how that would work.
No, do you think that would work? No, because that requires battery. Yeah, that's just.
How does it carry that?
That's great. We need we'll need some kind of like setup.
Yeah.
I don't know.
For future.
But anyways, so it'll be fun. But yeah, looking forward to another co-podcast, and we'll see where we do. Hopefully, we can do it from the Red Mist Garage.
Yep.
And
well, gents, thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming, Alex. It's been awesome. Hopefully, we'll get you back on another one soon.
Sure.
Appreciate your Formula One insight.
Yeah, no problem.
No, I like that. Anyways, and appreciate the questions on the sports car stuff. That was fun. Yeah.
Well, I just feel like I was speaking for many people because I feel like I'm not the only coolest one, you know.
But again, listen to the latest Formula Hooligan podcast that Christian and I appeared on with Alex. Great podcast, and we had a lot of fun with some NHKA folks. So appreciate them all hanging out with us. So for that, we'll say good night, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Cheers.
Yes. See y'all later.
Good night.
Thank you guys for listening to the Red Mist Podcast, hosted by Christian Abbott, Sean Abbott, and Nathan Lavin. It's produced by Christian Abbott, and music is by Alex Ward and Harrison Tate.